It's time for KOVC Sports.
And welcome in here, everyone, to the Valley City football game here today. We got Hannah Field looking beautiful as ever. And, well, we got ourselves another football game. We got ourselves Valley City taking on the Sargent County Bulldogs. Now Sargent County moving up from 9-man to 11-man. And, well, they've certainly taken their lumps as well. This is going to be a matchup of two teams that have taken their lumps to begin the year. Welcome in, everyone, here to our Sanford Health Valley City pregame show. Here for all, here for good. Both teams coming into this matchup 0-2. Both teams, well, looking to try to get their offense going. Sargent County's put one touchdown up on the board in their Week 1 loss to Park River. That was a 38-6 loss to the Aggies, and then they lost 14-0 to Carrington. Pretty much everyone's gotten the same, I would say, results out of their first two matchups. Valley City lost by 34 to Langdon. Sargent County lost by 32 to Park River, and then you can kind of cut it the other way. So both teams come in very, very similar in terms of the results that they've gotten on the year. Valley City is certainly a team that's looking to try to establish maybe some more explosiveness on offense. We are going to see the third starting quarterback for Valley City in the last three games. Hudson Krewald, the sophomore, going to be getting his first start for Valley City. We saw him come in late stages of that Langdon game. Again, I got to talk to head coach Chad Smith yesterday and, talking a little bit about, the decision to go with Hudson in this one. And essentially it all came down to timing. And I could not agree more with what he said in his evaluation, is that there's a time and a place to throw a young sophomore into the starting lineup. And that time is usually not going to be second week of the season against the second-ranked team in the state, who is now the number one ranked team in the state. That's not what you want to do. If you're trying to say, well, you're trying to cherry-pick matchups, I guess you can say that. But at the same time, for Valley City, this is trying to, again, have a little bit of building for the future, so to speak. So Andrew Sikora will serve as the backup. Talked again to Chad Smith, and he said that we might see a little dual quarterback action, might see Sikora come in with a little quarterback run, little option game maybe, but mostly it is going to be kind of a very similar formula, try to, dictate the game on the ground. Corbin Powell going to be getting the bulk of the carries for Valley City. Be interesting to see if they get the success going on the ground and try to keep Corbin fresh. Who else might be touching the ball for Valley City? Caleb McLaughlin, obviously experience as a running back, has kind of moved to full-time defense these past few games. So interesting to see if McLaughlin starts getting some more carries. Can also see someone maybe like a Leighton Hendrickson maybe get a bit more involved on some jet motion, stuff like that. But talking to Chad Smith, he says the one thing that he wants his team to do is he wants them to play their game. And he essentially talks about how he wants his team to just go out there and just not try to push. And it is very hard to do. You get off to 0-2 and all the pressure is on you. You haven't cracked the scoreboard yet. So you got 0-2 and you got 0 on the scoreboard staring back up at you. And he's talking about how important it is that his team just goes out there and just does what they are supposed to do. You kind of know that old New England Patriots motto of just do your job. That is kind of what it's going to take for this Valley City team today. This is, a team in Sargent County that you look at the roster and not a lot of overwhelming size. In fact, most of their biggest players aren't the ones that are going to be suiting up today. They got a couple of big bodies on the offensive line, but Valley City, like most times, is going to have the raw weight advantage on the line. So you're looking for Valley City trying to get something going. It's win in the trenches, create the holes. They were able to create some holes for Corbin Powell, but it's about maintaining those drives. You get a 10-yard run, don't immediately follow it up with a 5-yard false start penalty. And that's what, Chad Smith, again, going back to want his team to do their job. It's just about settling into kind of a composure a little bit. Kind of, okay, get something going early, get the confidence in the team, don't have them push, and just, again, go out there and do what you're supposed to do. So got a chance to talk to Chad Smith. We'll be getting to that here right now, here on our Sanford Health pregame show, here for all, here for good. Let's get out to our pregame interview with head coach Chad Smith.
Jerry Edwards back here with head coach Chad Smith of the Valley City football team. Coach, it was another hard loss yesterday, this time to a very good Langdon team. They've now gone to the top of the polls. It was just a weird game. It was a game where, it's supposed to start at 7 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock we have an opening kick as the multiple lightning and rain delays.
Yeah, it was a bummer the way that kind of happened. We had a great crowd that was out ready for us to showcase Hannah Field for the first time this year, and it was awesome. And then, we're getting about ready to come out for warm-ups, and Tabitha, our trainer, tells us, nope, there's lightning in the air. We got to sit and wait it out, and everything was just moving so slow. Like, it was all from the north and whatnot. But, looking back at it now, we may not have handled the delay very well. We come out of the locker room, and I think we might have been a little bit more juiced up than what we probably should have been. And, one bad snap goes over top of Sikora's head and popped the bubble pretty quick on us. So, wasn't too happy with the mistakes that we made offensively and defensively right after that. But we kept them out of the end zone after that first drive, and we did a good job. And I thought maybe we could settle into it, but give credit to Langdon for what they did. They're a dang good football program. They're number one in the state for a reason, and they made us pay for every mistake that we made. And we looked back and watched on film, and there's some things we recognize that we got to do better. It was some alignment issues. We didn't line up correctly in a few things defensively, and offensively we still got to eliminate penalties when we get those opportunities. And we did a better job of moving the football, but we got to figure out how to get it in the end zone for 6.
One of the things that I noticed during that game is that the offense was consistently able to move the ball a little bit better. Were you getting a better push up front? Were you able to, was it a matchup thing? Why were you able to kind of create a little bit more, I guess, running lanes than what you were before?
Again, it was a challenge to our offensive line last week of going, hey, if we're as big as we are up front, we got to start moving some dudes. And when we're good, we're really good. And I think we can be very good when we execute on all cylinders. And we're still playing a little bit of young guys at the receivers positions, and we're blocking out there on the perimeter. There was one time that one runner came out free, and if we get one block on the perimeter, it's probably going for a 70-yard touchdown if we get the one last block. So we're just one piece away offensively from exploding, I think, here at some point. I'm hoping that this weekend is the tipping point, and we get some good things on offense against Sargent Central.
The one thing that you said there is that you're one piece away, one break away. You're playing a Sargent Central team that's coming up here, and they're obviously making the jump up from 9 to 11 man. How do you prevent your team from pressing too much and trying to do things that are just going to lead to more and more mistakes?
Yeah, that was, quite honestly, that was probably one of the challenges that we talked about this week. This week is about us. Not necessarily a lot of the mistakes that we made on Friday, but how do we make sure that we are aligned, we're doing our job, we trust the other 10 pieces on the field going on at the same time when you're doing your job. And that's a lot of it. Like in a cover 1 or cover 2 look, when the safety's rolling down, they've got to understand where they're rolling down to and why they're rolling down, right? And whose responsibility are they taking advantage of if it's in a pressure situation or if it's in a true cover 1 situation. Who do we got, where we're at, and what formation lines up and dictates that for us. Offensively, one guy goes the wrong way on all line when you're pulling pullers, 3 technique comes free, all of a sudden that play is blown up in the backfield, right? And Corbin's doing a good job of running his butt off outside the pocket and trying to create things downfield as best he can, but it takes all 11 guys working in the same way and the same path to be able to be effective in this game. That's why it's the perfect team game, right? It's 11 guys all working in unison, and if you got 1 or 2 guys that are outside of it, defensively sometimes that can be good. Offensively, that usually results in bad situations for us.
Now let's move on and talk about previewing the upcoming opponent. Sargent Central, again, team that's moving up from 9-man to 11-man football. What have you seen of them on tape?
They're really trying really hard to adapt to playing 11-man from 9-man. I think you see a lot of principles that was probably pretty good for them in the 9-man game that they are working on getting towards in the 11-man game. That you get an extra person out there, a couple people out there, and it changes how the field is played and how some situations look. Now, they are pretty young as we are, in the backfield and where they're at. And we went down there with the JV squad on Tuesday, and we're thin at the JV squad right now. But it kind of confirmed, watching on film, confirmed what you think you're going to get from them in base situations and what they kind of look like. So we're excited for this matchup. I told our guys I don't want to, you never discount an opponent or even hold them down. But if we handle our business and line up correctly, then I think we match up really well, if not better than them in some situations. So, again, this week was about us to be able to fix the mistakes and execute. And if we find ourselves doing that, then we'll be in probably a pretty good situation tonight. And if not, we're going to find ourselves in a ball game again. And I don't know if we really want to do that again because we've been pressing fairly hard.
You were talking about some of the components that work in 9-man that, they're trying to implement in 11-man. What are some of the things that they're going through right now making that transition from 9-man to 11-man? Because it might be football, but it's a completely different game.
Yeah, I played 8-man football in high school out in Montana. So 8-man football plays a lot like 11-man, but you don't have true cover 2. You don't have the 2 high safety looks in those situations. You're going to see a lot of cover 0 or 1 high look defensively for those guys. You won't have an extra linebacker in the box. So it's breaking those rules and habits of going, I don't have to cover this part of the field in cover 3 because in cover 2 I did, or vice versa. So they're doing some of that. They probably ran a lot more of I formation stuff and allowed things to hit inside the tackles because there wasn't an extra defender in the box. So now all of a sudden there's an extra defender in the box. Things are a little bit heavier. It's not as easy to run the ball as you might have thought it would be. They still have their spread concept stuff that worked well for them, I bet, at the 9-man level. But at the 11-man level, again, you get an extra defender or you get an extra person in some space, and all of a sudden things close up differently than what you thought they did.
What are the things that you want to see in this game? Maybe you don't have the checklist in front of you right now, but if you're going to say, these are the 3 things I want to see from my football team today, what are those 3 things?
Defensively, it's align, assignment, and chase the football. There was times that I think we let our mental toughness lax a little bit from Friday against Langdon, where we got down, and all of a sudden we did get really down on ourselves, and we didn't continue to hustle and show the effort that we showed against Velva. That was disappointing to see on film, and that's something that needs to be corrected from our guys immediately. Offensively, it's, again, eliminate mistakes and getting rid of we met as a team this week, and I used the analogy of the Clint Eastwood film, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. How do we figure out how to eliminate the ugly and kill the bad stuff for us? So let's not have a high snap over someone's head. Let's continue to look back and handle our business up front. Let's move the chains, and if we move the chains, then I think we have opportunities to get bigger chunks of yardage and result in 6 at some point there. So again, it's eliminate it, be focused on ourselves, and do the jobs that we need to do.
What has been the biggest challenge for you so far? Because you've come from the assistant ranks from pretty much everywhere, and now you're moving up to your first head coaching gig. What's the one thing that's caught you off guard so far?
It's the thought process of everything else around the game, maybe that pregame, weeks leading into it. How do you help your coaching staff make sure that they're coaching at the right levels and where they need to be, and understanding you can't be everywhere at once. So it's trusting those guys to be able to do their job and handle their situations where they need to for the coaching staff wise. As far as looking back at the Langdon stuff, I think I got our guys a little bit juiced up in the locker room, probably more than I needed to. Where we're home already, we were probably juiced up enough that when we came out on the football field, we didn't need to be 100% full tilt immediately. We could have handled that delay a little bit differently. Got some guys out of the locker room that maybe aren't dressing up for the game to keep that focus, keep that concentration on what we need to be and where we need to be at when it comes to kickoff. And then when one bad thing happens is making sure we don't get compounded on it. And I found myself getting negative with some of our guys right away because I knew our head wasn't there. So it's like, okay, do you take a timeout? Do you get mad at them? How do you fix those situations in my head going, how do we get this team back to where we need to be? So a lot of it's self-reflection now, obviously, watching film and talking about it with our players and being honest about it too, because there was a couple calls that I made defensively where we're playing 2-man and their quarterback takes off and runs down the middle of the field. Well, that's really hard in man coverage because you're asking them to, hey, you're one-on-one on the outsides, but yeah, when you got a scrambling quarterback and the defensive line doesn't get home, that's a lot of running lanes. So we got out of 2-man situations right away and just tried to play some more zone stuff, and it's just really aligning ourselves and putting ourselves in the best position football-wise that we can get to.
Coach, thank you once again for joining me today. We will see y'all back here in a little bit with the rest of our pregame show here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right.
This week at Lever's Foods, all of your September favorites are on sale. Our family potato chips, 2 for $3.88. Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.88. Farm Rich appetizers, assorted varieties, $5.99 each. Jumbo cantaloupe, just $2.99 each. And Land of Frost deli shaved sliced meats, only $1.79 a package. Deliveries available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
And welcome back, everyone, to Hannah Field. Jerry Edwards with you here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC, and on our YouTube channel, KOVC Live. Let's get to our starting lineups for Valley City. Valley City, again, going with the new starting quarterback today. Going to be Hudson Krewald on the line. It's going to be Owen Hunt in the middle, Cale Van Hal Dietz, and Ryan Muskie at the guards. Tackles, Trey McPartland and Jack Dieterle. Running back is going to be Corbin Powell, followed up by the wide receivers Derek Shape and Leighton Hendrickson. Jack LaRue going to be a tight end, followed up there by Ty Cordy as kind of the swing man that moves perhaps from wide receiver to running back. For Valley City on defense, a lot of the same starters. You're seeing Corbin Powell and Ryan Muskie and Caleb McLaughlin making up the linebacking core. Safeties are going to be Leighton Hendrickson and Andrew Sikora. Corners are going to be Ty Cordy and Derek Shape. Defensive line, mostly the same guys. Trey McPartland, Owen Hunt, Boston Larson, and Jack Dearly make up the defensive line for Valley City. It's a game, again, if you missed the pregame interview with head coach Chad Smith, this is a game where he says today is about us, and it's about gelling as a team. It's about doing what we're supposed to do. And again, you're going through a transitional phase right now in trying to figure out, who's going to be where. And this is a team that, had Jackson Thornton labeled as the starting quarterback, and he's hurt, last minute of the first game of the year. So now you're trying to go, okay, who's going to be the starting quarterback? Andrew Sikora bought you a game, and now you're bringing in Hudson Krewald to be the starting quarterback. So you're hoping that you get the momentum going early. And this is Sargent County, that's going to be, trying to, essentially, I would say, take the air out of the football, and that is to make this about as slow-moving game as they possibly can. Again, not a lot of size on the O-line. Jacob Fury is going to be the quarterback. Ryan Eng is going to be the running back, followed up by Charlie Hogganis. Harry Nutzel at tight end, followed up by Logan Bopp, and the wide receiver is going to be Tristan Peterson. Those are the starters for the Sargent County Bulldogs. Let's go through the offensive line. Talked about the offensive line, but necessarily didn't mention their names. So the left tackle is going to be Jacob Creech. Guard is going to be Anthony Ferderer. Connor Olson going to be center. Cole Fury at the right guard position, and right tackle is going to be Luke Mund. So you get down to it for Valley City. This is a game that they desperately need to win in order to try to build some momentum going forward, because you get Lisbon, who you know what they're usually going to. Last year was a bit of a rude awakening for Valley City against Lisbon, where Lisbon really did air the ball out, but Lisbon, of course, going through a lot of new parts. Then you get Mayport. This is a 3-game stretch, if you're Valley City, of how do you build momentum. It is to put up good results in this 3-game stretch. Hillsborough Central Valley, always a team that seems to have a lot of size to them, a lot of grit to them. And then you get Culm, who is a top 5 team in the state. Then you get Oaks. If you're looking at this for Valley City, you want to win your games, the remainder of the games at homes, and find a way to steal one on the road and try to build some momentum for the postseason push if you can kind of get it rolling in that direction. We'll take the pause for the national anthem back here in a little bit on KLVC.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
And welcome back here, everyone, to the Voice of the Valley, KLVC, as we get ready for our opening kick between the Highliners and the Bulldogs. Both teams coming in 0-2 on the year. Both teams looking to get themselves in the win column. Valley City making the transition down from the second level to this new kind of third level of 11-man football, and Sargent County, of course, going up from 9-man to 11-man. So you got both teams in two different places. It'll be Sargent County set to return the ball. Valley City kicking off. It'll be Corbin Powell doing the kicking for Valley City. For Valley City, the key here is just going to be making sure that you get off to a good start. And get off to that good start, get a stop on defense, and then find a way to get a big return, maybe get a touchdown. That would be nice. Valley City getting a touchdown to get on the scoreboard for the first time this year. That is really what Chad Smith wants his team to do, is just get out and get off to a positive start. So Corbin Powell back to kick. The run up, and it's going to be a shallow boot, going to bounce right in front of the 10. Oh, and it squibs all the way through, and that's going to roll into the end zone, and it is a touchback. It was not touched. If it was touched, that might have turned into an issue, but ultimately rolls all the way through, and it'll be the Bulldog offense coming out, led by quarterback Jace Feary. Bulldogs in the white uniforms, white helmets, navy blue pants. Valley City coming out in the Columbia blue tops with the white pants and the navy blue helmet with the railroad track going right down the middle. Expect a lot of I formation here. That's what Sargent County has been shown early on. Has been a lot of mix of kind of I formation and spread. We'll start out in shotgun here with two wide receivers to the left and right, one running back in the backfield. Valley City looking like they're showing pressure. And a throw tipped up into the air and nearly intercepted by Corbin Powell. Powell got his hand up on the football and tried to wrench it free, but ultimately got tied up in the process, and that'll just fall harmlessly down for an incomplete pass. Valley City showed pressure early on and got to the quarterback, and they were trying to set up a quick bubble screen there, but good job by the Highliners to force that incompletion. So talking a lot of terminology here, you know, we're talking about spread. What's spread? Spread is kind of what it sounds like, is that you have at least four wide receivers out. You spread the defense around, and that creates running lanes up front because it's a lot of one-on-one matchups. Helps you establish a running game up the middle. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to be a nice little carry, but doesn't go anywhere, so it'll be a yard. So Valley City able to snuff that one out. Carrying the ball that time was Ryan Ing. So what the spread is supposed to do is it's supposed to kind of be more of what we call inside zone running, not power running, which is where you have a fullback leading it. Usually what you're trying to do is you're trying to establish kind of running lanes right between the guard and the tackle, or the center and the guard from one side to the other, with kind of two out to each side. That's the concept behind trying to run out of a spread. This time, though, they're going to go two to the right, one to the left, and Valley City's going to jump and hand them 5 yards. And those are the mistakes that Valley City wants to avoid.
Dead ball.
And they are going to call encroachment.
Defense number 70.
That was just getting a little too amped up on defense. Boston Larson with the jump. So now you take a 3rd and long and make it a 3rd and reasonable, where a quick catch and run might be able to get you that first down. Feary rolling out, going across his body, and he'll get enough for a first down, and that is the danger of jumping off sides, is that's only about a 6-yard completion. Without the jump there, you're off the field, but they get what they need for the first down, and the Bulldogs will keep it rolling. Clock stops here at 11:04. So Bulldogs will break the huddle with a 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Two wide receivers now to the left and to the right. Seen nothing but kind of quick passing concept so far. And this is going to be good defense by Socorro, but we got a late flag down in the backfield. I think they might get Boston Larson for roughing the passer. And it's a rough start of it for Boston Larson, who got called for the encroachment and now looks like it's going to get tagged for a roughing the passer.
Defense number 54.
Excuse me, they're going to get McPartland. So Valley City's defense handing out some first downs here to Sargent County. So it was either going to be McPartland or Larson on the roughing, and some mistakes of effort you can tolerate, but not too many of them. Scoreless ball game here as we are down to 11 minutes to go. Sending a man in motion, run a quick little pitch pass. Valley City's got it covered well. It'll be a gain of about 2 yards. 2-yard gain for the Bulldogs, and that'll send the clock rolling here to 10:50. Overall, the Valley City defense hasn't allowed a whole lot to start out this drive, but you allow 20 yards in penalties. You're going to start seeing that ball get closer and closer to your side. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Bulldogs. Fury back in shotgun, and Valley City is going to give them another 5 yards. I mean, they're just over anxious on the line right now. And usually if no one jumps, you don't usually see encroachment get called. You usually see it when the offensive line starts stuttering backwards off it. But, I mean, they're calling it as soon as anyone crosses the line. So it's a tightly officiated game so far. So Valley City's handed out 20 yards in penalties on this opening drive. Or, make that 25 as of the 15-yarder. Another shotgun run coming up, and Valley City will trip them up in the backfield. So when Valley City's not handing out free yards, the defense is doing its job, but can't afford to keep giving away these encroachment penalties, can't keep giving away late hits. Got to be smart here, and if you keep them here to 3rd and 5, more than likely they're not going for it because it is a little, I would say, too far to be thinking about this as 4-down territory. When they get this to about 4th and 2, might be a different tune. Trying to get Valley City to jump again, and now we'll have ourselves another flag. Flag day here at Hannah Field. So that'll stop the clock at 9:34. So 5-yard penalty will back the Bulldogs up. So 30 yards total in penalties on this drive. I think we might have maybe 15 yards of total offense. So a 3rd and long for Valley City, and this is definitely just trying to keep them away from the sticks. Got to be wary of the draw. Might have a quarterback or a linebacker, staying in and keeping track of the quarterback or the running back on a possible draw or a possible QB power run. Fury drop back to pass, and it's going to be a ball out in the flat that's going to go through the hands of the intended target, which was going to be Harry Neutzel. Neutzel running a quick out route there. A little low and away from him, so Valley City's defense gives up a decent amount of yards there, but ultimately able to prevent any type of true danger. 7 o'clock stops here at 9:13 to go. It'll be the Bulldogs back to punt. Corbin Powell and McLaughlin look to be the return men. Snap going forward, low line drive. Going to bounce in, going to be picked up at the 20-yard line. And that's going to be a return all the way down to call it the 33. Might have also been for Valley City. That might have been a Ty Cordy on the return there. Yeah, so that's going to be Ty Cordy on the return. So Cordy able to get this to just shy of the 35. 1st down and 10 for Valley City. And, of course, fans, that means it's time for our Lever's Food Opening Drive Sweepstakes. Doreen Ryan is going to be our contestant today for Valley City. Valley City takes this down and puts it in the end zone for 6. She'll win a $25 Lever's Food gift card. Quick pass play here for Valley City. Corbin Powell able to shift by one man and maybe fight his way back to the original line of scrimmage. Not much going there, as it's going to be the first pass completion for Hudson Crewald. He'll get it back to the line of scrimmage, but even though it doesn't really go for anything, you kind of like getting Crewald a bit of confidence and showing that you can complete a pass. Most early passes in games are going to be quick passes to just try to get the quarterback in a rhythm. Pistol formation for Valley City with 2 out to the left, 1 to the right. Grewald going to throw another pass, but Shape not looking for it, so that'll stop the clock at 8:21. And this is where kind of all the new parts are going to need to start to come together, is that either that is a miscommunication on the play or it's a choice route. Choice route indicates that receiver usually has 2 to 3 options on the play, which is usually it's a quick curl or they're breaking, wherever the hole is going to be in the defense. Grewald obviously thought that Shape was going to cut that one a bit short. Now a draw play to Corbin. Corbin trying to make some men miss, but he's got nowhere to go, and that'll be no, he's still going, so I thought his knee was down, but he'll find his way forward for about 2 yards, but that is a less than stellar start for Valley City on offense. So they will punt this one away, and just in front of their own 35. Back to return for the Bulldogs is going to be Ryan Ing. A little bit of high snap here to Corbin's got some time to get this one away. Good-looking punt that's going to sail its way past the 30 and get a great bounce. This is going to roll inside the 10, and it's going to stop before it gets to the 5. So good-looking punt from Corbin Powell, able to get this one down to the 8-yard line. So Corbin able to flip the field from his own 35 to the Bulldog 8. And even though special teams is, maybe the most overlooked facet of the game, in a game between two teams that have struggled on offense this year, it does come down to field position. Whether you can get that turnover deep in your opponent's end, whether you can, just kind of win the game in terms of they're not going to be able to punt the ball as far as you do. It's kind of the chess match within the chess match. So Corbin able to flip the field, and now Valley City looking to anchor down on defense and prevent the Bulldogs from getting it out of their own end. 2 wide receivers out to the left, now going to motion the slot in front. Now a little run here by Fury. Fury scampers forward. Now not a lot to go, and he'll get to about the 10. Checking in on some of the other scores right now. The Burros of Hillsborough Central Valley with a 53-yard touchdown run to begin the game, so they have a quick lead over the Oaks Tornadoes. Begin updates from our man over in Carrington, BJ Walters, as Carrington going to be taking on Grafton, my old team that I used to cover up in Grafton. 6:50 to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Fury rolling out the pass, has a man in front. Now it's going to throw a little jump pass, has a man but can't complete it. Just a little too far out in front of Harry Neutzel, but Neutzel's gotten himself open a couple of times here. So Valley City, big down coming up here. Trying to force their way to a 3-and-out. Now looks like they have to swap out a member of the chain gang. Apparently the down stick or whatever you call it is malfunctioning. I saw the down marker just run off to the sideline and grab a new stick, so I don't know what happened there. So we got a 3rd down and 10 coming up, 6:40 to go. Fury dropping back to pass, looking for a slot, throws it high, and that's going to be complete, but dropped. Oh, my goodness, that would have been close enough for a 1st down after a catch and run, but right through the hands of the Bulldog receiver on that one. I think that's going to be Tristan Peterson. So Peterson not able to bring that one in, so Valley City gets lucky. Couple of drop passes there for the Bulldogs, and ultimately the defense gives the offense a chance to have really good field position, depending on the punt here for the Bulldogs. So punt from their own end zone. Valley City gets some good pressure to it. This one angling over towards the sideline, and that is going to make its way out of bounds. So looking where the referee is going to stop. He's going to stop right in front of the 30 at the 32. So Valley City, excellent field position coming up. Always got that kind of side judge looking at the punt. When it always goes out of bounds, I always consider it kind of like the mountain climber game from The Price is Right, where you're the offense, you wanted to keep going up. You're the defense, you'd like them to stop. But Valley City going to get some excellent field position. They're actually going to spot it in front of the 30 here. So ball at the 29-yard line of Sargent County for Valley City after the wayward punt. Pistol look for Valley City, two to the right, two to the left. They're going to hand the ball off to Corbin. Corbin makes a cut up the middle, still finds a way to surge forward, and he'll get down for about an 8-yard run. We got, ideas in football of what you want to do. I think Valley City's identity and idea in this game has to be to feed your best player on offense, and that is Corbin Powell. You can keep Corbin involved in the game and make sure that you don't want to wear him down, so mixing in some short passing concepts is a good idea, but ultimately, if you can dominate first down, you have a way to get a lot of good drives going. Krewald hands it back out to Powell, handles a high snap. Powell gets by one. Had 6 points in front of him, but couldn't escape to the outside. So Valley City had a really good carry there. Corbin's got a first down for Valley City, and now Valley City just a little bit beyond the 10-yard line. So it'll be or before the 10-yard line, I should say. It'll be a first down and 10, ball at the 12, and I always prefer these type of things rather than first down and goal because you don't have to get that first down or you don't have to get in the end zone to keep the drive alive. Grewald turns around, hands it off to Powell. Powell scooting through, and he's going to surge forward, and that'll get him down to just shy of 5. So Valley City doing a good job of running between the tackles here, and they're going to get about a 6-yard gain, so a second down and 4 coming up. You get closer and closer to the end zone. That's when running becomes harder because everyone's going to be more compressed on the line. 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right in this pistol formation. Krewald, high snap and muffs it, and it's on the deck, and the points are going to go by the wayside as Sargent County jumps on the ball. That's not the first time we've seen some snaps go wayward for Valley City, but, you get right down to the 5-yard line, and it looks like you're about to score, and it's deflating. Gotta hope that the boys are able to kind of flush it and get it moving in the right direction. It's one of the things that head coach Chad Smith talked about was if mistakes happen, we got to acknowledge that mistakes are going to happen, not to get too down on ourselves and keep it moving forward, but that's a tough one to recover from. Low snap here for the Bulldogs. Fury throws it, has a man in the flat, and that one's going to be dropped. Fury right now is actually throwing some pretty good passes, but his receivers have not helped him out very much, as that'll be a drop for Logan Bopp. Bopp had a ton of room to run on that short pass. Just Bulldogs right now just can't quite seemingly squeeze the pill. Second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Scoreless game so far. Both drives for the Bulldogs so far have ended in punts. Now we'll have 3 wide to the right here. Have 1 wide out to the left. Back in shotgun. Going to throw a quick pass, and this one's going to be caught. Now this one is going to just get a yard. Little 2 indecisives there from Zabin Olofsson. Trying to find a hole to get to, and, waited too long to find the hole, and none developed. So that'll be a 3rd down and 8 coming up. So Fury. Again, he's not throwing a lot of bad passes. He's throwing one that I think he really wants back is the one on 3rd down where it's just a little low and away from his receiver. But he's thrown a couple that have been right on the money. Just, again, the receivers haven't helped him out too much. 4 minutes to go here in the quarter. Back in shotgun is Fury. Read option, and that goes nowhere. And Valley City blows that one up for a loss. On a play like that, the quarterback's reading the defensive end, and Fury just held on to the ball too long. The one thing the defense wants that ball to do is just remain in the same spot for as long as it possibly can. Because usually it's not the defensive end that's going to make the play, because whatever he picks, he's going to usually be wrong. He goes to follow the quarterback, running back gets the ball. He chases the running back, quarterback keeps it. But if it stays in one spot forever, defensive end's just going to blow it up. So, City's defense able to bail out the offense. Now, it's a block punt. It's into the end zone, and it's going to be a safety, and we got points. Oh, we got points now. Valley City going to take the lead 2-0 on a block punt. I believe that was from Owen Hunt. So it might not be a touchdown, but it is certainly a sight for sore eyes. Points have now made their way onto the Valley City side of the scoreboard. Great bull rush there by Owen Hunt, and just able to get there, get his hand up on it, and knock it into the end zone. So Valley City makes an early 2-0 lead in this game with 3:16 to go on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. 2-0 lead for Valley City as both teams get set for the free kick. It's not a kickoff, it's a free kick. Free kick is, of course, it's a drop kick. I think it's the best way to put it. So usually on the free kick, you don't get as much carry as you do on a just traditional kickoff. There's physics and geometry and stuff that makes it so, but you got punters that are at a higher level, especially in the NFL, that sometimes if it's a free kick, they'll just send them out to it, and they can absolutely just boom the ball down the field. But you start off deeper in your own end. You kick from the 20 instead of where you usually kick from, so that's where the advantage comes from for Valley City. So they've elected to kick this off at the 20 instead of the free kick. So this will be a line drive that nearly gets over the head of McLaughlin, but able to get to it. Now McLaughlin with the ball has a hole to work with. Now cuts it up and falls down, eaten up by the turf monster at midfield. A little slow to get up on that one. And McLaughlin gingerly getting up, and felt he's trying to make a cut and then just kind of lost the footing underneath of him. Valley City will be down just shy of midfield at their own 49-yard line. First down and 10 for Valley City. They lead 2-0 on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Two wide receivers out to the left here, one to the right. Lone man to the right is going to be Ty Cordy. Hand off to Corbin, up the middle. Corbin surges forward and runs forward for a nice 6-yard gain.
Run by number 2, Corbin Powell.
The running game has been dominant so far for Valley City, going right up the middle.
It'll be second and about 3 for the Highlanders.
So it seems the simpler the game plan, the better for Valley City, and you can't really have a much simpler game plan than just run it between the tackles. It's worked so far for Valley City. 15 seconds on the play clock. Highlanders get set up in the pistol. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Turn around, hand off to Powell. Powell gets the ball, has the first down, and barges forward, dragging a man with him for a first down. So that'll be a Highliner first down. So Corbin doing a good job of keeping the pile moving. And the clock going to run now down to 2:20 to go. Interesting to see if and when Hudson Krewald is going to throw his next pass. He's got one completion on the day. That one went for no yards. Valley City taking their time, getting to the ball. Going to get set here with about 12 seconds. Same pistol formation as usual. Now a handoff. Powell makes one man miss, cuts it back outside. Now he has room. He's at the 25, 20. It's a foot race. 15, 10, 5. Down right inside the 5-yard line. Corbin Powell doing a good job staying patient and able to get it down to the 5-yard line. And hangs on to the ball to avoid fumbling it through the end zone. So a first and goal for Valley City with a minute 45 to go in this opening quarter. So Corbin Powell's been carrying the rock today very well. Now it's just about avoiding those mistakes. Got to avoid those dastardly high snaps. Two wide receivers to the right here, one to the left. Corbin lined up behind the quarterback in the pistol. Corbin trying to make a man miss. Cuts through. Touchdown, Highliners. So Corbin Powell carries the load all the way down the field for Valley City. And with 1:39 to go, Valley City has themselves an 8-0 lead. Pending the point after attempt here, and this is a pretty sizable point after attempt. Make it, you got yourself a 2-possession lead. Miss it, and it's still a 1-possession game with a 2-point conversion. So it'll be Corbin doing the place kicking. This will be his first PAT or field goal attempt of the season. Trying to super toe this through the uprights. Bit of a low snap bobble, and now Corbin's going to take off and run. Trying to escape, and still on his feet, still scampering, fighting his way to the end zone. Did he get there? The ball's on the deck. Oh. Corbin tried to reach it out, and it looked like it got knocked out of his hands. Grewald just could not handle the snap. And Corbin fighting his way forward and trying to reach the ball forward. You don't really care if you fumble it at that point because, again, it's either going to be a failed 2-point conversion or a dead ball at that point. So Corbin trying to get it to the end zone, fumbles it, and the ball dies on the goal line in a scramble. But Valley City's got an 8-0 lead. Back here in a little bit on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
Valley City back here to do the kickoff. We have about 1:39 to go here in the first quarter from Hannah Field. No, folks, that is not, if you just tuned in, that's not a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. That is a safety and a failed 2-point conversion for Valley City off a touchdown. But 8 points is 8 points no matter how they look. Valley City's offense has certainly been looking good running the ball. And the defense has bowed up outside of that one drive where they handed Sargent County a few first downs. So now seeing if Valley City can duplicate their success after this kick. Bit of a shorter kick. This one's going to bounce at the 20. A bit of a roller, going to be picked up in front of the 10. Bounced outside here by Fury. Fury's got some room to run here, and he'll get all the way down to just past the 25. So clock at 1:32. So decent starting field position here for the Bulldogs.
It'll be first attempt for the Bulldogs, ball on their own 29-yard line.
So the Valley City defense has done a good job of preventing Sargent County from getting into a rhythm, but Sargent County has had, I think, a little bit as much to do with that as the Valley City defense. A couple of drop passes have hampered the Bulldogs' offense. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Valley, or at their own 29-yard line. Need to get it to the 39 to keep it going. Play clock now down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And they snap it on one. And a pass out into the flat. Valley City trying to get pursued. This will be the kind of second best looking pass play of the day for Sargent County, as they'll get that one probably down for a gain of 4 yards. Had a 6-yard completion on their first drive for a first down, so Fury able to now get himself up to about 10 yards passing on the day. Be a second down and 7 coming up for the Bulldogs. Every time they got to get the play in, they run to the sideline to bring it in. So it'll bring the play clock down about 5 seconds to go. 2 wide receivers to the left and right in the shotgun. And now we'll have ourselves a flag. And waiting to see what this is going to be. Didn't see a lot of movement. They are going to call the false start on the Bulldogs, so that'll stop the clock at 45 seconds. So the Bulldogs leave with their second penalty of the day. Probably both coaching staffs looking to shore up the handouts. Valley City's done a good job of keeping the penalties dry since that first drive. Sargent County has had a couple of penalties off false starts. Second down and 11. Fury rolling out the pass. Might take off and run. That's what he's going to do. Cuts through and takes a big shot. He'll make his way down to about the 35. And might bring it into our first quarter. Bulldogs do not have to snap it. They'll be doing a 3rd down and 5 coming up. Derek Shape and McPartland in on the tackle. And it looks like the Bulldogs are going to head to the second quarter with that 3rd down and 5. We'll be back here in a minute with the start of the second quarter right here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right.
This week at Lever's Foods, all of your September favorites are on sale. Our family potato chips, 2 for $3.88. Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.88. Farm Rich appetizers, assorted varieties, $5.99 each. Jumbo cantaloupe, just $2.99 each. And Land of Frost deli shaved sliced meats, only $1.79 a package. Deliveries available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
3rd down and 5 coming up for Sargent County at their own 35. Be just shy of 5 yards. They got to get this to right in between the 39 and the 40. Interesting to see how they go about it. They've tried passing. They've done a little zone read on these 3rd and longs. So see what Sargent County is going to try to bust out here. They'll go with a 3 wide receiver look over towards the left. Low snap here. Fury throws it across the middle, and Sikora nearly got his hands to it. Nearly an interception for him. Then the target on that one was going to be Zabin Olofsson. Just a little far away, and it was a tight window to fit it in, so the Valley City defense once again going to force another punt. Last punt did not travel a great distance for the Bulldogs and helped set up Valley City deep in Sargent County territory. So now the Valley City returners cheating up a little bit here on this punt. This one nearly blocked again. This one high, and Ty Cordy in pursuit of it, and he's just going to fall to the deck. Kind of a teachable moment there for the youngster for Valley City, Ty Cordy, the sophomore. If the ball gets over your head, and the last thing you want to do is have it go off your fingers, and then this being the oblong-shaped ball that it is, bounces all over the place, and you might not get it back, and you give the other team the ball deep in your own territory. Kind of one of those, if it gets over your head, just kind of pull your hands back and almost live to fight another day. Again, all this you go through with a bunch of new moving parts on this team. 11:49 to go here in our second quarter. Highliners with the 8-0 lead. Best mode of attack for Valley City has been running it between the tackles. Now Corbin running it again, and he's carrying the pile forward, and it'll be tackled for a nice 4-yard gain. Bit of a slow handoff there. Corbin able to surge it forward for around a 4.5, 5-yard gain. For Valley City, again trying to make this a 2-possession lead after not being able to convert on that PAT. Nearly got it in off a 2-point conversion, but ball was fumbled just before the end zone. 2 wide receivers to the right here, 1 to the left. Lone man is going to be Derek Shape. Greenwald dropping at the pass, trying to throw it to Shape, and it's nearly intercepted. Trying to throw it to Shape and nearly throw it into the waiting arms of Tristan Peterson. Peterson, a big defensive back, 6'2", $175. Throw that a bit more on the body of your receiver on that one. threw it a little too high, and Peterson almost picked the tree over the top. But disaster is avoided. So it'll be a 3rd and 5 coming up for the Highliners. Might see another run here. Greenwald going to turn it off, hand it to Corbin Powell. He's got room, and now he's got a lot of it. He gets outside, 40, 45, 50 down the sideline he goes, makes a cut, waits for the block to develop, and now he's in a race. It's 30 and tackled out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. Great job by Corbin Powell being patient on that run and allowing kind of the carnage to develop in front of him. He kind of slowed down enough, let his blockers overtake him. They create the pile in front of him. He stays on the sideline, able to get another 15, 20 yards because of it. So down to the 19-yard line. My eyesight's going away from me. Haven't even hit 30 yet, and I can't even tell the difference between a 2 and a 3. So 10:52 to go here. Valley City inside the red zone once again. Greenwald back in the pistol. Turns around, hands it off to Powell again. Powell running between the tackles. He's still going. Angling outside to the end zone. Touchdown, Highliners. So Corbin Powell makes it a 14-0 game for Valley City. Started off with a run up the middle and then just kept angling towards the outside, kept finding room, slipped through a tackle, and that'll give Valley City a 14-0 lead. 14-0 for Valley City. Interested if they're going to try the PAT or the 2-point conversion. This is one of the rare times where it doesn't really matter what you do. No matter if you get a 2-point conversion, you miss the PAT, you don't get the 2-point conversion. No matter what you do, it's still going to be a 2-score game. So this makes sense from the Valley City perspective of going for 2 just to try to make it to where they have to get those two-point conversions on you. Greenwald back in the pistol, high snap, gives it to Corbin. Corbin able to slip through 1, slip through 2, and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Good job by Greenwald to get his hands on the ball and able to make it a 16-0 lead for Valley City. Back here in a little bit here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Valley City with a 16-0 lead over the Sargent County Bulldogs as, well, they've done just a good job really of what Coach Shad Smith said, just play our game. And they've done that so far. They've shaken off kind of the one thing that's gone wrong for them was that high snap that took away some points in the red zone. But ultimately, they recovered. They got the 3 and out, got the block punt, which gave them their first 2 points, and have driven it right down the field on their last 2 drives for a grand total of 14 points. So ultimately, Valley City doing what they're supposed to do, and they've got a 16-0 lead to show for it. It's about 10.5 minutes left to go here in this second quarter. Interesting to see if Sargent County starts to get a little bit more aggressive passing the football. This one going to be teed up at the 40-yard line. And now we got the referee blowing the whistle on it. Are we not all set? There's no flag.
Officials were not in yet position to officiate. Please reset the play clock at 25.
Okay. And according to the official, this is not me. The officials were not in the position to officiate. So that's why we stopped it. Officials are all set. And it's going to be a squib right down the middle, and this is going to be a roller picked up just before the 25. Valley City trying to prevent any big return, and this will be a tackle right inside the Valley City, or the Sargent County 30-yard line. Might have been Eli Olson taking a crack at returning that one. So the Bulldogs, another first down coming up. Their offense has been a little sputtering so far, drop passes and the inability to establish the run. has led to Valley City getting out to a pretty early, comfortable lead. So 10:39 to go. Valley City's defense looking to throw up the stop sign one more time and give the ball back to their red-hot offense. Handoff up the middle, and this might be kicked outside, but ultimately Valley City does a good job stuffing the run. Nowhere to go for Ing. Ing thought about going up the middle, but saw, I believe that would have been Ryer Muskie in the middle, stuffing the run lane, and then tried to cut it outside, but ultimately the outside backer is able to get in there for the tackle. So 2nd down and 11. So, again, I don't know how long we're going to see it before you start seeing the Bulldogs get a little bit more desperate on offense and try to air it out a little bit more. They've had some good opportunities to get some yards through the air, so receivers, though, just not been able to hang on to the ball. Pass out in the flat. That one hit off the turf. Could have sworn that hit off the turf. They're going to say it didn't hit off the turf, but from my vantage point, folks, that looked like that was a scud ball. So this will be a 3rd and 6. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Valley City did a good job of playing through the whistle there, not assuming like I did that the ball was going to be ruled incomplete. Might have been backwards too, but ultimately, good job there nonetheless by Valley City to not slow down. And now we'll have ourselves a timeout on the field. So timeout by the Bulldogs. We'll be back here in 1 minute on KOVC.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
3rd down, 6 coming up for Sargent County. Valley City has done a good job stuffing them on 3rd down all day. Only 1 3rd down conversion for the Bulldogs. That was a 6-yard pass through the air in a very similar spot. Low snap rolling on the ground. But Partland coming free. This one going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Oh, that is the last guy of your Sargent County that you want to have come free on your quarterback. That was McPartland just getting through pretty much scot-free and laid a big hit on Fury.
That'll bring up 4th down.
So 4th down and 6. It'll be Cordy and Powell back to receive. Backing up a little bit more than they were previously. I think a little previously that might have been underestimating the flight of the football. Oh, now they're going to do a fake punt. And this one thrown, and it's close. And, it's going to depend on the spot. And now you got a shaken up Highliner on the field, and that's going to be McLaughlin. And they are going to give him the 1st down. So it was a direct snap to one of the personnel protectors in the punt formation. So they get enough for the 1st down. So Bulldogs able to keep a possession alive. Tackled right at the stick. And hopefully you're just hoping that McLaughlin's going to be okay. Looks like trying to stretch out something with his back. Might have a tightness in the back or tightness in the hamstring, and now we're going to have ourselves another timeout called here by the Bulldogs. So they've had to spend their first 2 timeouts of this half on back-to-back plays. So back here in a little bit after the timeout on KOVC.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting back to football a little sooner than expected. So 1st down and 10 for Sargent County after the fake punt. Now we're going to see our first look for the Bulldogs here out of power I formation. So fullback right behind the running, right in front of the running back, send a man in motion here. Be looking for a little orbit pass. They're going to go toss over towards the left-hand side. Got a flag down. Run still going. Going to be about a 2-yard gain. Flag thrown on the backside. Interesting to see what we get from our official. Usually that far away from the play, you're looking at either a hold or illegal hands to the face. Now Valley City getting asked by the officials of what they want to do. I mean, you're Valley City in this case. You always take the penalty on 1st down. They're going to call legal formation. So legal formation going to back the Bulldogs up 5 yards. So in that situation, you always take it. I would say on 2nd down, like let's say you get a 2nd down and 10, and there's a holding, and it's either a really short completion, like a 3rd and 10 to 3rd and 7. I would usually not advise taking a holding or 10-yard penalty in that case because you give the team another opportunity to get it better than what they had before. In this case, on 1st down, usually always take the penalty. So 1st down and 5. Bulldogs going to run a little quarterback trap, and the ball's on the deck. It's being fought for, and I believe that is Trey McPartland that has scooped it up. They were trying to run a little quarterback sweep to the outside, and McPartland able to fall on the ball and give Valley City possession. Valley City going to get the ball back here deep inside Sargent County territory at the Bulldog 25. So both teams now with a turnover in this one, and the clock now down to 8:28. Been ground dominant so far for Valley City. It's been only Corbin getting the totes. Turn around, hand it off to Corbin Powell. Powell trying to stiff arm his way through, able to fight his way forward and get it to about the 20. It's almost one of those games in reverse where Valley City might get out to a lead and start passing a little bit to give Hudson Crewald some cushion to work with so he doesn't feel as much pressure, but the way they're running the ball right now is just about keeping the formula simple. Interesting to see, though, if Corbin doesn't keep getting the carries of who is going to be the one that maybe takes some carries off him. Again, you don't want to wear him down too much. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Crewald dropping at the pass, has a man in the flat, but a little too far out in front for his target, Leighton Hendrickson. So the clock will stop here at 7:41. Expect this to be a running situation for Valley City. Again, you're down this far in the red zone, and you've been running the ball well all night. You know that you pretty much have 4 downs to work with. You're not going to kick a field goal from this far out. So 2 wide receivers to the right here in the pistol, 1 to the left. Crewald waiting for the snap, will get it. Turns around, hands it off to Powell. Powell trying to venture towards the outside, has some room past the 20 to the 15. Now spun out of bounds, just shy of the 10-yard line. Looks like it might be enough for the 1st down. So the clock will stop here at 7:33. So the ball inside the 15-yard line, going to be down at about the 14. Powell's done a good job of being patient running the ball, not kind of overcommitting to one side or the other, being patient in the backfield, knowing that his line's getting a good push, and just able to pick and choose the hole to run through. 5 seconds on the play clock. Krewald going to drop back to pass. Throws it over the middle and incomplete. Dangerous pass there from Krewald. As the backside safety on that one for Sargent County, Ryan Eng, able to knock that one away. He's able to get his hands to it. He would have had the momentum and pretty much could wheel to the outside and might have been off and gone. Ultimately, just knocks it down, and Valley City getting their crack at it with a 2nd down and 10. They are close enough here to think about a field goal. 7.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Krewald throws it high. That's going to be caught by Leighton Hendrickson. Hendrickson fighting his way forward, and he'll be down at the 5. So about an 8-yard pass there, but we got a flag down. Flag down on the play. Right at the line of scrimmage, so might have been a legal man downfield.
Ineligible player downfield. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty for the previous spot.
That's a hard one to take if you're Valley City, because I don't believe on the play that was run-pass option, where the linemen are only blocking for so long, thinking that if they're blocking, that the run-pass option is a very quick concept. So you're blocking and essentially getting downfield thinking that you're going to be either, really not having to hold a block for very long or you're blocking for the running back. That one, though, wasn't an RPO, so just kind of someone got lost track down the field. Corbin will fight this one forward to about the original line of scrimmage, maybe about 1 yard shy of the original line of scrimmage, so a gain of 4.
It'll be 3rd and long for the Highlanders.
Got to imagine for Valley City again that this is going to be about 4-down territory. They're confident trying to kick a field goal from this distance. You might see them air it out, but ultimately this might just be a run play right here. Try to get this to a 3rd and manageable and then see what you're going to do. So 3rd and 12 coming up. 2 wide receivers to the right in the pistol, 1 to the left. High snap, Krewald's got it. Powell able to shake through one man, but there is a swarm of white jerseys waiting on him. And he's got nowhere to go on that one. And now you got a possible Bulldog down on the field. So this will stop the clock here at about 6:20 to go. Play back here after the injury is cleared up on KLVC. Keep it right here. Play back here in a little bit with some more Highliner football.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as
Valley City coming out here, and looks like they are going to attempt the kick here, but they're going to have to call a timeout. There's no way. Oh, they're going to go pistol, excuse me. So they're going to hike this one away, and they hike it right at 0. Krewald's going to be back to pass, and he's got nowhere to go. And that looked discombobulated from the start. It looked like that Powell was setting up for a field goal, so ran out looking like you're going to take the field goal, and then Krewald just bootlegs out to the left, and that one's an odd. That is one of those where there was probably a miscommunication. They wouldn't pooch punt it this far down, but just kind of one of those where it's 4th and long. Just Krewald really had nowhere to go. Good job of him just to kind of tuck it and take the sack, not put the ball in danger, but ultimately a disappointing end to that drive for Valley City. Shotgun formation here for the Bulldogs. Got 2 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Fury throws this one. It'll be caught and then dropped, and Hendrickson lays a big hit. Trying to hit the tight end on that one. Looking like it was going to be Bop. But Hendrickson laid a big hit. Ball was already coming out before the Hendrickson hit, but laid a big shot nonetheless. Now the Bulldogs trekking in the play from the sideline. They're going to get to the huddle here with about 15 seconds. Break the huddle at about the 13-second mark. Now they're going to go trips to the right here with 1 wide receiver far out to the left. Low snap. Fury throws a screen. That one up into the air. If it was backwards, it would have been 6 points for Valley City. Sikora scoops it up. But ultimately, that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. That was just a quick bubble screen, but Valley City had a lot of bodies there. Nowhere really for Sargent County to go on that one. And ultimately, good job. He had 2 bodies there, and if that one is behind the receiver, that would have been an easy 6 points for Valley City. So defensive positioning good on that play, and Sargent County facing another 3rd down and long. Play clock at 10 seconds. Bulldogs just now break out of the huddle, and they got to hurry to the line of scrimmage. They only got 1 timeout left. 4 seconds. 3, 2. And now they'll try a little a little wildcat formation. They'll try to search this one forward, and they're getting a good little push here, but they'll be down well short of the sticks. At a 6-yard gain. So now with Sargent County punting this away, Valley City's going to be on high alert. Knowing that you got duped on a fake punt once, you're not going to try to get fooled again on it. So Valley City going to be on high alert for that fake punt. They are back into the traditional punt, so Valley City's just going to they're going to put 2 men back there. I was going to not be surprised they only put 1 man back there and brought an additional man into the box to guard against the fake. Bit of a high snap. Valley City pushing forward, not able to get the block. This is going to be a long carrying spiral that's going to keep rolling and keep rolling. This is going to be an excellent punt. This is going to roll all the way down to the 10-yard line. So excellent punt there from the Bulldogs, getting it from their own 20 to the Valley City 10. So now the Highliner offense has 4:52 to go till the half as they try to find a way to put on one more score before the break. 4:52, still plenty of time to be able to still lean on the run game, but probably need a chunk play. Trying to eat up some of the field here. Valley City sending a late man off, and they are going to send Hudson Krewald on, so that is a bit of an interesting development there. Coming off the field, that was going to be Dawson Nagowski, and Krewald running in to get the snap. Hikes it right at 0. Krewald pumps it, throws a high pass, and this is going to be a pick 6. Just the last 2 plays on offense for Valley City, they just looked muddled coming out where, you're back up against your own goal line there, and the quarterback's bringing in the play with like 5 seconds to go, and then no one's really set, no one's ready to get off and push, and Krewald's going to learn this as he gets older, but on a play like that where you're throwing essentially a quick screen, if you don't get it off by the first pump, just take it off and run, because that's usually what happens. So it'll be an interception for a touchdown, and now Sargent County lining up for 2. dropping back to pass, ball into the air, and that'll be a 2-point conversion. And, yes, they are going to say that he caught that one in bounds. So just like that, the Bulldogs have gone from no momentum to all the momentum in the world. The pick six has made it a one-score game. Play back here in a little bit with the kickoff on KOVC.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
This is a big moment here for Valley City that we talked about, in the pregame show with Chad Smith. I want to say, when you make a mistake, move on. Don't let it fester. They were able to move on from that one mistake, and when they, fumbled the ball deep in Sargent County territory, but in a situation like that, you just give them a gift on just a late pass, and just excellent read there by the Sargent County defense. Pick six, and now we got ourselves a one-score game. It's be a low kick fielded here by, that might be Leighton Hendrickson. Hendrickson going to try to cut this one up the middle. He gets to the 30, and now he's going to push his way forward down to just shy of the 35. So now for Valley City, it's all about what's the response here. And you're hoping the response is just not going to be to panic. They're trying to get what they're trying to do, getting Krewald involved in the game. But, again, it's one of those things that the young player has to learn, is that you can't be making kind of late passes out of rhythm. Because as soon as you pump fake to one guy and you stay on that guy, the corner or the safety or whoever is guarding it is immediately going to break on that ball. Again, got a lot of young pieces on this team, and going to learn. Going to be a learning experience for everybody. Handoff here to Corbin Powell, and Powell, for the first time today, really doesn't have anything going up the middle.
Number 2, Corbin Powell on the carry.
So Corbin doesn't get a whole lot on the carry, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, so that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Sargent County can sense the momentum in this game, too. They know that if they get a stop here and are able to bow up on defense, able to get the stop, even if they go in trailing, what they're not going to allow Valley City to do is get the dreaded 2-for-1, where the team scores before the end of the half, gets the opening kick, goes down again. So a lead that was 7 now balloons to 21 before you get the ball back. So this is a big moment in this game. High snap, Powell gets it again. Now Powell bounces it to the outside. Able to shift by one man, but a little too long to try to get forward, and he'll be tackled at the 35. Gain of about 2. Well, ultimately, the Bulldogs defense starting to tighten up here. That'll force a 3rd down and 8. Now the Bulldogs have an opportunity to get this ball back with plenty of time. About 3.5 minutes left to go in this one, so a stop, an incomplete pass, and the Bulldogs have plenty of time to get something going. So back in shotgun here, it's Krewald. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Corbin Powell, the lone man in the backfield. And they're going to run it with Corbin up the middle. Corbin slicing through, and he's going to be tackled about 2 yards shy of the sticks. It's a bigger call than you think, because outside of the one time you've got stuffs, you've been getting 3 yards a minimum on a carry. And if it was closer to the 50, you think they might go for it, but this far back, they are going to punt. Sargent County not banking on a punt at all. They got nobody back there. So if you're Corbin, you just kind of hit this one and hit a dribbler, and you hope you get a roll. And that's what it's going to be. No one back for Sargent County returns. So Valley City hoping on a good bounce, and they get a rotten bounce initially, but they get a decent kick. And this will roll inside the 20. What the punter never wants to see on a kind of a punt like that is the ball goes straight up into the air off the initial bunt or off the initial bounce. Ultimately, get a nice kind of secondary bounce that carries it inside the 20-yard line, but that one bounced probably straight up into the air at about the 30 and just couldn't couldn't quite get the roll that you wanted there, knowing that you were going to face at least probably 8 men coming forward. So 2:19 to go here in the second quarter. 16-8 lead for Valley City. Only points today for the Bulldogs came off that pick 6 on the last drive. Now if you're the Valley City defense, trying to force a turnover of your own. And Valley City hands them another 5 yards unless they're going to call false start. I mean, you had someone that was right up in the neutral zone for Valley City. And it's going to be encroachment. That's the third time Valley City's gotten popped for offsides today or encroachment. Just one of those where you can't, you want your guys to be aggressive, but you get up and just run up, and you got to be able to run and stop yourself. You got a lot of guys trying to time the snap count. Sargent County's done a good job of varying it. Fury rolling out the pass, trying to take off and run. Now throws this one out of bounds. There wasn't a man within 10 yards. It's good defense by Valley City, but this,
There's no.
they're not going to.
Ground. The quarterback was out of getting the past the line of scrimmage.
So they're going to say that ball got to the line of scrimmage. I think that's a little wishful thinking on that one, but there ultimately Bulldogs going to be able to avoid the intentional grounding, so it'll be a 2nd down and 5 for the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 5 for Sargent County. A little slow getting set up here. The clock down to 5 seconds. Now down to 4. Valley City showing pressure. A little quick screen over the middle, and it's dropped again, and that had a potential to be a very dangerous pass play. Had a man in space, and all Peterson had to do was catch that ball and run. He catches and runs. He's in space behind the defense, and ultimately Valley City, their defense has done a good job, but Sargent County has let a couple of big plays slip right through their hands. 2:06 to go here in this second quarter. 3rd down and 5 for the Bulldogs. Last time they faced 3rd and long, they went with the dive play up the middle. Now they got a man in motion. Ball on the deck. Quarterback going to take off and run, and he's going to have space, and that's one of those busted plays your Valley City you can do nothing about. It's just none of those that you can do about for Valley City. The entire play is shifting to go one way, and the quarterback just bobbles it. So everyone's busy chasing one direction. The quarterback, because he bobbled the snap, has nobody beside him, so he turns and goes the other way. And that's just a busted play you can do nothing about if you're Valley City. Just one of those kind of unfortunate luck moments. 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 30-yard line. Clock stopped here at 2:01. Fury dropping at the pass under pressure, and he'll throw that one behind his target for an incompletion. 2nd down, 10 coming up for the Bulldogs. A 16-8 game, and a game where Valley City has been the dominant team, but has allowed just enough momentum to go the way of Sargent County to keep this a 1-score game. They've had a couple of drives stall out deep in Sargent County territory that have resulted in no points. They've had, of course, that pick 6 that's able to, give Sargent County their only points of the game so far. And another encroachment penalty, man. It's like, at some point, you just gotta stick. You just gotta stand still.
Encroachment, defense number 60. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So that'll be another 5-yard penalty for Valley City. Alexander Russell, the man getting called for it. That is the 4th offsides / encroachment penalty for Valley City today. Now a handoff up the middle, but Valley City's got this hemmed in, but they can't bring him down initially, but they keep pushing him backwards, and eventually they force the big loss. So they didn't get the man down right away, but they kept spinning him around, and eventually he fell down to the ground. Now Valley City, I think, might be expending a timeout, or perhaps we have an injury timeout, but we are going to have a timeout coming up, so the clock stops at 1:30 to go. Back here in 30 seconds on KOVC.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Minute 29 to go here in the second quarter. Valley City trying to stop the Bulldogs here from converting on anything. Going to be about a 3rd down and 13. Just the main takeaways from this for Valley City have been they've played well enough to get the lead, but they've also done enough to keep Sargent County in this game as well. Got to clean up the penalties at the half. That's going to be a big talking point. Got to fully take advantage of the opportunities your defense has given you. Low snap to go with a pitch pass around the outside of Valley City's got it stuffed, and you'd expect another timeout from Valley City, and that's what you're going to get. So clock stops here at 1:23. So we'll have ourselves a punt coming up, and now if you're Valley City, you're hoping that you get a kind of a shorter punt, but interesting to see how they go about this. We'll be back here in a little bit with the punt coming up here on a 4th and 17 on KOVC.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right.
This week at Lever's Foods, all of your September favorites are on sale. Our family potato chips, 2 for $3.88. Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.88. Farm Rich appetizers, assorted varieties, $5.99 each. Jumbo cantaloupe, just $2.99 each. And Land of Frost deli shaved sliced meats, only $1.79 a package. Deliveries available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
Sargent County set to punt this away. It'll be a 4th and about 17. About 1:23 to go, so when Valley City's offense gets out there, you think it'll be around 1:18. This is where you kind of tell your punt returners to get deep. You want to be coming in on the ball and not be having to chase it over your head. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to send Corbin back to about the 30-yard line. They're going to try to get him ahead of steam, you would imagine, on this return. Both the returners back to about the 30. Punt up coming here. It's a low line drive that just ricochets out of bounds. That's about as out of a punt as I've seen. That one barely cleared the line. Your Valley City, you'll take the ball at the 45. Checking the clock here. It stops at 1:16. So 1:16 with a timeout. Interested to see how this pans out for Valley City, because if you didn't have the ball to start the half, you would probably be a little bit more aggressive in chasing these points, but you have the opening kick coming your way to start the second half. So this might be a situation where you just take your lead into the half and, don't make a mistake that's going to give Sargent County anything else. If they're going to be aggressive, it'll probably be on this first play. So Krewald back here in the pistol. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It is going to be a handoff to Corbin Powell. Powell trying to bounce this to the outside. Now cuts it back in. Spinning and tackled right at midfield. So now if you're Valley City, it looks like they are going to move quickly here. So no huddle offense for Valley City. And another turnaround handoff here to Corbin. Corbin trying to escape. Now cuts it back. Runs through a man. Stiff arms him. Stiff arms another one. Tackled just shy of the sticks. So clock down about 45 seconds.
It'll be 3rd and about 1 for the Highlanders.
Corbin trying to find a way to get a seam and try to get big yards and also find a way to get out of bounds. Just hasn't been able to find either so far. And that one right there tackled right around the head. And that'll probably bring an end here to this half. Sargent County's not looking to do anything. The clock is about 5 seconds past its expiration date. And if you're Valley City, you don't have to hike this ball. The clock's at 10 seconds. Now Sargent County is going to take a timeout, so that's odd. I would say, you're Sargent County, you're going to get the ball minimum with 5 seconds to go. So the only thing you're doing here is you're being the one that needs the clock out. So interesting here. All right, they're going to reset it to 12 seconds. So we're going to take a quick pause here. Punt coming up for Valley City back here in a little bit on KOVC.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
You're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork? Look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Your Corbin Powell here punting this one away. The one thing you just want to do is just get this off. Just get it off. You really don't care how deep it is. And it's going to be a floater that's going to be picked up, bouncing and rolling, and that one's going to make its way all the way to the 10-yard line. Your Valley City, you're not touching this until it's blown dead. So seeing when they're going to stop the clock, they'll stop it right at 2 seconds. Just kind of one of those where Sargent County – there's no way they thought Valley City was going for it on that 4th and long. There just couldn't have been. So them just waiting forever to get that timeout off, all it did was essentially assure them that they get a play or they're going to be kneeing it here. And you can't imagine they're actually – I mean, they could line up and try to find something, but in a situation like this, the last thing you want to do is, hand back the free points that you already got. And they are going to spread it out in shotgun, so they are going to try a play here. Might be setting up a hook and ladder or something. Nope, they are just going to take the knee. So Valley City, after one half, is going to lead 16-8 on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. We'll be back here in a little bit with our halftime show. Our halftime show being brought to you by our friends over at Rambo. We're in the business of making you look good.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right.
This week at Lever's Foods, all of your September favorites are on sale. Our family potato chips, 2 for $3.88. Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.88. Farm Rich appetizers, assorted varieties, $5.99 each. Jumbo cantaloupe, just $2.99 each. And Land of Frost deli shaved slice meats, only $1.79 a package. Deliveries available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
Back here in Valley City for our Rambo halftime show for Valley City. It's a game again where talked about it where they've been the better team pretty much all game. They haven't really done anything to not be the better team, but they've made enough mistakes to allow Sargent County to hang around in this one. You talk about that pick six. I mean, that's the reason this game is where it is right now for Valley City. They had those couple of drives where they were able to run the ball effectively, able to get it downfield. Ever since then, it's been a bit more kind of laborious on offense, seeing the drive stall out a little bit more. So if you're Valley City, you'd really like to take the opening kickoff of this next drive, kind of restore order, so to speak, go get that 2-possession lead, and then just keep doing what you got to do, which is run the ball, play good defense, and get out of here with a win. And you got to minimize the mistakes. And that kind of goes into the other point, which is that they've made enough mistakes to keep Sargent County in this one with the drives that have stalled out deep in the Bulldogs' territory. And, of course, that just pick six on the goal line. Again, you got a quarterback making his first start, so everything's going to be new for him. He's going to make mistakes, and just the one thing, again, we talked about with head coach Chad Smith is that you can't let the mistakes just wear down on you. You got to be able, admit that you made the mistake and then move on. So that's what you're hoping from Valley City is that they just continuously move on and put it out of mind. You saw it earlier in the game when they had a fumbled snap that stalled one drive deep in Sargent County territory, and they were able to move on, get the block punt, and get themselves a 2-0 lead, and then follow it up with two touchdown drives back to back. So they have put mistakes behind them today, and have succeeded. So you're just kind of hoping that this halftime for Valley City is a bit of a reset, a bit of a way to get yourself back and focused and get your head where it needs to be. What you're expecting kind of head coach Chad Smith to go out and say is that we got to go out here and we got to play our best 12 minutes of the season. Go out and play our best 12 minutes of the season, and we win this game. And that's kind of got to be the mindset. Go out, get a couple of touchdowns, have the defense do what it has to do, and then just grind this game away. Don't try to get too fancy. Just, again, do what you got to do to win. And it's what Valley City did so well last year, in that it wasn't always the same way that they won, and sometimes it wasn't always pretty the way they won. But how they had to buckle down and win games is how they buckled down and win games. In a game like this, it's obvious you don't really got to pass it that much to beat Sargent County. So you just got to be able to kind of stick with the run game, maybe find somebody else to go in and get some carries away from Corbin. Again, you don't want to wear him down too much. And defense, it's all about just preventing the big play, preventing the big chunk play that's going to, maybe flip this game on its head. We've had a couple of those that have not been picked up by Sargent County. There have been a couple of times where you feel like if they get their hands on the ball and they're able to catch and run, that perhaps they could have really had a big play. But overall, Valley City has done a good job just really to stall out this Bulldogs offense. The only time the Bulldogs made it to midfield was aided in large part by penalties. So for Valley City, offense, just kind of the idea of keeping it simple, keep it to what's working, and just kind of keep it moving down the field. And for defense, you just got to come back out and do what you've been doing. There's not going to be a lot of deep, explosive pass plays here by Sargent County, so it's all about keeping them in front of you. And it goes down to both the running game and the passing game. Keep the receivers in front of you. They're not going deep downfield. Every route's being pretty much cut off at about 5 to 6 yards. So keep them in front of you and just kind of make sure that you're not overdoing it, I think is the best way to put it, is that you don't have to make the biggest play to win this game. You just have to make the correct play. So Valley City, 16-8 lead over Sargent County at the half. Taking a look at the half for our other two games. Hillsborough Central Valley leads Oaks Tornadoes 14-13. And it's a 7-6 lead for the Carrington Cardinals over the Grafton Spoilers at the half. So we'll be back here in a little bit with the opening kick of this second half. Let's go around some of the other scores around the country. We'll start off with some college football. Wait for that to boot up. Let's see. We got James Madison 14-14 tie against Louisville. Northwestern winning 22-0 over the Western Illinois Leathernecks. Maryland a 10-3 lead over Northern Illinois. And Boise State up 13-0 on Eastern Washington. And over on the NFL side, it is about to get ugly. Chargers 10-3 lead over the Chiefs deep in Chiefs territory. Opportunity to get a touchdown before the half, and they get the ball to start out the half. So might be some early trouble there for the defending AFC champion. So we'll be back here in a little bit after warm-ups in time for our opening kick of the second half here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC. This has been your Rambo halftime show. We're in the business of making you look good.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right.
This week at Lever's Foods, all of your September favorites are on sale. Our family potato chips, 2 for $3.88. Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.88. Farm Rich appetizers, assorted varieties, $5.99 each. Jumbo cantaloupe, just $2.99 each. And Land of Frost deli shaved sliced meats, only $1.79 a package. Deliveries available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
16-8 is the lead for Valley City. They'll be set to return. The opening kick of this second half for Valley City has to be able to kind of, again, minimize the mistakes. Minimize the mistakes, play solid defense, should be able to get out of here with a win. Getting an update here from Carrington. Now a 14-6 lead for the Carrington Cardinals over the Grafton Spoilers. So fresh 12 minutes has been put up on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. 16-8 the lead for Valley City. A little kick that's angling out of bounds, and that is going to continue rolling, and it'll finally get out of bounds. Kind of one of those, if you're Valley City, you see where the ball's going. You see it coming in from a certain trajectory, and you know that it's going to be near the sideline. The one thing you're hoping is that ball, again, oblong shake ball, just continues to roll where it's supposed to roll. So you're able to get essentially a legal procedure call. They'll get the ball on the 35. So ultimately, if you're looking to minimize a team with potentially an explosive kick return game, that's one way to do it, is just kick the ball out of bounds. You got to get it past the 35, though. You just huff it out of bounds at the 50. That's where the ball will be. So pistol formation for Valley City. Start off, Krewald turns off, hands it to Corbin Powell. Powell stiff arms one man, stiff arms another. able to get outside, tackle from behind. A little bit of late hit there. But he'll be down just past the 40-yard line, so a nice-looking gain of about 5 yards to begin the drive for Valley City. Corbin down on the ground there, took a little late shot in the back. Valley City, though, not getting an extra 15 yards on that one. It's about a 2nd down and 4.5 coming up for Valley City as we're just underway in the third quarter. 2 wide receivers out to the right. Grewald hands it off to Powell. Powell with some room to operate. Gets by one wave. Gets by the second now. Deep downfield, and he'll get tackled all the way down at the Sargent County 36-yard line. So Corbin Powell just scooted his way through and just kept running right down the middle. So Valley City with a 1st and 10 deep inside Bulldog territory at, well, they're going to say a little bit down about the 37-yard line. 1 minute passed here in this third quarter. Grewald gets the ball, handles a little bit of a high snap. Now over to Powell. Powell scoots through one wave and able to surge forward into the second level and get another 5-yard gain. Man down potentially on the play for Sargent County, but it looks like he's going to get up. And he's going to be able to get off the field for Sargent County. The man getting up slow was Connor Olson, number 50. 2nd down, 5 upcoming here for Valley City. Blocking's been very good up the middle all day. Grewald throws a quick pass and hits a man in stride, and that's going to be, I believe, McLaughlin for a 1st down. So good job there. Hit a man on a quick pass. So Caleb McLaughlin, good target to throw to. Able to get in space and just be a nice target for his quarterback to throw to. So clock will stop here right around 10:15. A nice little pass there from Valley City showing that they can do both. Another pistol formation upcoming here. Turnaround handoff to Powell. Powell able to stiff arm one man and now will cut in. Makes another man miss. Now he's got room. 15, 10, 5, and touchdown, Highliners. Powell stiff-armed one man, able to hold up the play long enough to allow the blockers to get their hands on somebody, and he's able to cut it up the field for a touchdown. 2nd rushing touchdown of the day for Corbin Powell. Or I should say 3rd rushing touchdown of the day for Corbin Powell. So the clock will stop here right at 10 minutes. Corbin Powell able to make it a 22-8 lead. Now for Valley City, they're going for the PAT here. It's a 14-point lead and respotting of the ball, perhaps? So, yeah, Corbin's telling the official to move it in a little bit more. So you can kick from whatever hash you want on a PAT. It's not like a field goal where you have to kick it where it lies. Kickoff by Corbin, and that was a low shot that never had a chance. So that'll be a no good on the PAT. So 22-8 lead for Valley City. Still a 2-score lead at 14 points. Back here in a little bit with the kickoff for Valley City on KOVC.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
22-8 lead for Valley City. About 10 minutes to go here. For Valley City, I think the kicking game, it has not been used a lot. And you can tell there's some, not a quick snap, miss hold, low kick, stuff like that. And Corbin's not a natural kicker like Bryson Heck was. Again, all this stuff can get, drilled in practice, but until you've done it to where you've run, pretty much 70 yards down the field, and then you have to go kick. It's a whole different animal. This will be fielded right about the 15 for the Bulldogs. Nice little move here by Fear to get some space. And he'll get deep into zone territory, hit out of bounds, and we're not going to throw a flag there. Excellent return there. Not by Fury, but that was by Hans Hansen. So Powell laid a big hit out of bounds, and it was very close to the sideline. So that's the best starting field position of the day for the Bulldogs, right at their own 44-yard line. But going back to the kicking, it's, again, stuff you can drill in practice, but until you've done it again going 65 yards down the field with most of the action being on your shoulders, then you have to line up and kick. It's a whole different thing. So it'll be interesting to see how Valley City elects to go about any conversion attempts, whether they're going to keep trying to kick or whether they're just going to line up and go for two. Again, with the way they've been running the ball, probably about, I would say, equal odds to get two as to get one. Now they're going with a quick little pass over to the outside, and that's going to be incomplete. So clock stops here at 9:47. The thing you would say about Sargent County is that they have the right idea on some of these plays, but there is a lot of telegraphing going on. A man comes in motion, and essentially he stays, behind the play, behind the sticks. You know that's where the ball is going. Essentially, the other two guys out in that shotgun are going to pretty much act as the blockers. There's a lot of telegraphing going on right now, and Valley City's done a good job of not getting fooled. Trips to the left here out in shotgun, and that's going to be batted down at the line of scrimmage, and Trey McPartland getting the big paw up there to knock that one down. Trey McPartland already with a fumble recovery in this game as well. Been waiting for big number 54 to kind of make an impact on the game like he can. 6'5", 265. Fantastic athlete for Valley City, committed to go to North Dakota State University. So, again, it's all about having him make the impact. So, third down and long coming up. They pump fake the quick pass. Now they thought about taking the shot down the field, but he's going to be sacked. They pumped on the screen, looking to take the deep shot, but before he can even think about getting the ball off, sacked on the play. And that is going to be Jack Dieterle with his first sack of the season. So the clock will run here, about 9:15 to go in the third quarter. Valley City leading 22-8. And they're going to send two men back to return this. Valley City's return men haven't quite been able to dial in the distance of these punts so far. They're going to be in a good spot to get this one, but it's a floating duck, and it's going to be muffed. And it's picked up by the Bulldogs, and you can't make that mistake there. And you got a Bulldog player down, and that was McLaughlin trying to pick that one up. So now we'll have an injury timeout. It's going to be first and 10 for the Bulldogs deep in Valley City territory. Back here in a little bit after the injury's cleared on KOVC.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and
Injury finally cleared up on the field. Looking like that's going to be Connor Olson being helped to the sideline. So A muff punt gives the Bulldogs excellent field position at the Valley City 35-yard line. 3 wide receivers out to the left. Fury dropping back to pass. This one knocked away again, and it's not whistled dead. Okay, yeah, they finally whistled it dead. Coming screaming through on the play was Ryer Muskie. Ryer Muskie just put his hands up there, knocked it down, knocked the quarterback down in some collateral damage. I'll stop the clock at 8:47. But for Valley City, it's just kind of going back to what we were talking about, of not beating yourself. In a situation like that, the punt's in front of you. Just let it bounce. Just let it bounce. You get the ball. The extra 5 yards you get isn't worth the risk of making the mistake. And, again, all these things will be gone over in practice. But you prefer to make mistakes when you're up by 14. Fury with a hard count. There's a quick screen pass to the outside. Valley City's got it scouted well, and they'll knock him out of bounds. And they're going to say that he still stayed in bounds, so that clock's going to continue to run down about 8.5 to go. 3rd down and about 9 coming up. You'd expect this to be 4-down territory for the Bulldogs. Not only are they inside Valley City territory, but they know they can't keep giving them the ball and expect to not have this lead balloon up on them. So I'd expect to probably see here, I'd expect a quick kind of 5-yard maybe cross route or maybe an out route to try to have the difference and then set up a 4th down and manageable. Fury going to roll out to his right, looking to pass. Valley City's got the angles covered now. Fury's going to tuck and run, and he's going to get the yards he wants. Again, he wasn't trying to pick them all up on one play. He's just trying to make it a 4th down and manageable. So Fury gets knocked out of bounds. Question is where they mark him out. They're going to say just shy of the 30, so it'll be a 4th and 6 coming up. 4th and 6 coming up, and for Valley City, now this is just where you got to play assignment football. Most likely they're not going to take the big shot down the field, kind of stick in one high safety and kind of play match coverage across and say rush about 4 to 5 and just try to make sure the quarterback doesn't get outside. Fury trying to hard count now. He'll roll out to his left, stumbles a little bit. Tackled from behind. He's still getting tackled and finally brought down by a collage of blue shirts. So that'll be a turnover on downs as the Valley City defense picking up the special teams. Jack Dieterle, 2nd sack of the day for him. And a couple of big sacks so far for just someone blessed with great athleticism. 6'7", 256. Got his hands on the smaller quarterback and just ragdolled him to the ground. And no chance really for Fury to be able to do anything with that. 1st down and 10 for Valley City, so the muff punt results in no harm, no foul. Valley City's done a good job today of making up for the mistakes. You know, Chad Smith, of course, being the football coach, is going to want his team to not make any mistakes, but he's got to be satisfied with how his team has managed to polish off the rough edges. 5 seconds on the play clock, now down to 2 to 1. A little bit of high snap there. They give it to Corbin Powell. Powell trying to bounce this to the outside, has some space. And that'll be fumbled out of bounds, but ultimately gets out of bounds before anybody could recover it. Saw Corbin going to the ground and then just saw the ball squirt out. You might also say that he might have been down by contact as that clock continues to run. So it'll be down about 7.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Valley City in front by 14 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. No updates so far from either Carrington or Oaks. 2 wide receivers out here to the right, 1 to the left, pistol formation for Valley City. Hand off to Corbin. Corbin able to scoot through the first wave, now pushing forward. Gaining about 4, still getting a nice push forward. He'll get this down to about the 45-yard line. So nice looking carry there for the Valley City running back. Kind of kept pushing forward and able to pick up a solid gain on the play to turn what would have been about a 3rd down and probably about 5 after the initial stop to what is now a 3rd down and 1 after got a lot of help from a lot of his friends. So 3rd down and short coming up for Valley City. Got to imagine this is just going to be the KISS philosophy. Run it between the tackles until they stop you. They do have two wide receivers out to the right, one to the left, so they haven't brought in that additional blocker. Powell trying to cut through, has the first down, runs into a man, still running forward into Sargent County territory and down to about the Sargent County 43, 44-yard line.
The result of the play will be a Highlander. First down.
First down for Valley City. As the offense trying to put together a drive that'll put this game on ice. One of those drives that chews up a lot of clock. It chews up the spirit of your opponent and puts you up by 3 scores. That is what Valley City hopes to accomplish here. Be interesting to see if we see another quick pass here from Krewald. Trying to keep the Bulldogs honest on defense. And so they do go with the quick pass, and that's going to be caught for about a 3-yard gain. That'll be McLaughlin on the catch. And you might be asking yourself, you know, why are you passing it where you're running the ball so well? The thing is, what you don't want the Bulldogs to do is just to have every single player immediately converge on the inside. Essentially, you're trying to prevent them from stacking the box already more than what you do. And the box is what we call the tackle box. So that's going to be tackle to tackle. You're trying to keep as many defenders out from that area as you can. Hat on hat, if you got 4 guys or 5 guys on the line, you can hat on hat block them up front, and you're getting good pushes. But when you get to the second level, that's where the linebackers can start making a difference. And that one's going to be thrown low there by Hudson Krewald. Looking to throw it out to McLaughlin. So you'd expect this on this third down to be a run play. Third down and about, you'd say, 7 to go. Think that you can get at least half the distance here with Corbin Powell on a carry, and then you make your decision of what you're going to do on 4th down if you don't pick it up. But it's just one of those where you got to trust your offensive line up front to get the push. And you got 2 more downs to work with here, you would think, unless something goes wrong. Play clock down to 4 seconds. Now they're going to turn around and hand it off to Powell. Powell trying to scoot towards the outside. Can't make the first wave miss, but is trying to slip his way through, and he'll get about 3 yards on the carry. So Corbin able to scoot through a little bit and slither to pick up about a couple yards. So 4th down and 4. Interesting decision coming up here for Valley City. It's not a 4th and short, which is what you want. 4th and short, no brainer. You line up, you go for it. It's 4th and 4. So it looks like they're going to go for it. They got Krewald running back in there. They might be trying to hard count him to try to get him to jump to pick up a free first down. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. They hike the ball. Now Krewald throwing a pass, and no one's ready for it. And you can say kind of the 3 worst offensive plays today for Valley City have been the ones where they've, like, broken the huddle with, like, 5 seconds to go. Those plays have just looked a bit rushed at times, and it'll be 3:54 on the clock. Just one of those situations where it looks rushed a little bit, and you had one in the you had a couple of those in the first half. One is you're trying to get a 4th down conversion, and you break out of the huddle. You call a timeout, but you break out of the huddle with like 5 seconds to go, and just a play that never looked good from the beginning. And then, of course, the pick 6 was one where you broke out of the huddle late in that one right there. Just looked like there was a lot of confusion there on the line. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Back here in shotgun they go. They'll split out the running back wide, and they throw a little quick pass, but Valley City's got it scouted well. That'll be only a gain of a yard. I was going to say on that 4th down and 4, before Valley City failed to convert it, they would have been in pooch punt territory, which is, again, you have a 2-score lead. 1-score lead, a little bit different. 2-score lead, you have some wiggle room. Pooch punt the ball down there, play the field position game, and see if your defense can't give you the ball in better territory than when you gave it away. So they'd elected to go for it again, and just one of those things I'm going to be interested to talk with head coach Chad Smith next week about kind of those kind of handful of plays where it got into the huddle late and looked like it discombobulated everybody on the offense. Valley City brings some pressure, and Fury goes down, sacked again. That was a bit of a flyby sack as Valley City got the pressure to him. Fury tried to step up, but kind of got tangled up in the web.
By number 70, Boston Larson.
They're going to credit Boston Larson with the sack. Boston Larson, a big part of this future for Valley City, another big body for the Highliners. We're kind of the, future of this defense, kind of as the year goes forward. A senior on this team, but a big body, 6'3", $194. Senior leader on this team, but you expect him to get better as this season goes on. So might not be a future long-term plan, but definitely part of the future in terms of how it's going to perform going forward. It's going to be a shallow pass caught in front of the stick, and it's going to be a 4th and 1. That was a nice catch right there by Tristan Peterson. And they're going to say he's short by more than I thought he was going to be short by, so he's going to be 4th and 3. I thought he might have had around a 4th and 1, but, I mean, this is almost no-brainer time for the Bulldogs. You know that if you punt this away, even if Valley City doesn't score, if they keep running clock, you're going to run out of time. So this is about as no-brainer as you can get. They do have to snap it here with $1:40 to go, so the play clock down to 10 seconds. Fury back in shotgun with 2 out to his right. Did have a little flinch over there by the wide receiver, and that might have been called. This might be false start. I saw a flinch from the wide receiver over on the right side. And it is going to be a false start, so that's going to back them up to 4th and 8. And now you go from no-brainer to throwing the clipboard because now it's 4th down and 8, and you know your odds of picking this up are not that great. So now you got to punt this away to Valley City. And now you know that more clock is going to start being run off. So that is a very ill-timed false start penalty for the Bulldogs. So don't punt this one away with $1:20 to go. And for Valley City, it's just like if it's to you, handle it. If it's in front of you or behind you, just let it go. Good push up front there, and this will be angling over towards the right side. Now you'll get a ball that's rolling right towards you. I like Valley City just let that one go, and that's what they'll do on that one. So that'll stop the clock at 57 seconds. So Valley City looking like they're going to get to the third quarter with at least a 2-score lead.
It'll be 1st and 10 for your Highlanders.
And that's an important part of team development is understanding kind of what you have to do to win. In that situation, you don't have to handle the bouncing kick that's angling off to the side to win the game. You just got to let it bounce. Let it bounce wherever the ball may lie. It's where it's going to lie. Just don't give anything away. And Valley City's, you know, you can tell, like, they're starting to get it more and more buttoned up. There are some, you know, edges that got to be sanded. But, again, 14-point lead in the third quarter, still a 14-point lead in the third quarter. And off here to Powell. Powell cutting up the middle, has some space to operate. Now down the sideline he goes and angled out of bounds. So a good-looking run on first down by Corbin Powell. That'll stop the clock at 50 seconds. Corbin running the ball today has been just superb. And what's been the best part of the running is not the straight line speed or the twitchiness, which is kind of the moving from side to side. It's been his patience, letting the blocks form up and finding the hole and then accelerating to it. You got some guys that are just bowling balls. You hand the ball off to them, and they're just running straight downhill. And, whoever's in their way, good luck to you. Corbin's doing a good job of being patient and establishing his own run style. Corbin twitching around, trying to find a way to get through, able to make one man miss, makes a couple miss, but ultimately takes a hard shot. And he'll get cut down just in front of the line of scrimmage.
Foul on the carry.
And now Corbin looks to be down on the play.
2nd and 7 for the Highlanders. Timeout for an injured offensive player.
Looks like he wore one right in the side. Might be cramping up a little bit. You're hoping that's all it is. But we'll be back here after the injury timeout on KOVC.
your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right.
This week at Lever's Foods, all of your September favorites are on sale. Our family potato chips, 2 for $3.88. Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.88. Farm Rich appetizers, assorted varieties, $5.99 each. Jumbo cantaloupe, just $2.99 each. And Land of Frost deli shaved sliced meats, only $1.79 a package. Deliveries available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
So the good news is Corbin Powell up and walking off the field. You're hoping again it was just a stinger or trying to stretch something out, but second down and about 7 coming up, clock at 34 seconds. So the clock will start up here, and Valley City does have to run one more play before the break. Grewald going to turn around and hand it off up the middle. Good looking fullback surge right up the gut. That'll be enough for a first down.
Number 23, Caleb McLaughlin.
So Caleb McLaughlin going to get enough for a first down, but that might be enough to bring an end to the quarter, and Valley City's just walking off towards the side. So it'll be 22-8 Valley City as we go to our fourth quarter play back here in 1 minute on KOVC.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, stick, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
Valley City leading 22-8 on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard as we head to the fourth quarter. Only points to game for the Bulldogs so far came off a ill-advised screen pass on a pick six. And it is going to be McLaughlin out there at running back for Valley City. Talking about Corbin's a bit of a shifty runner, going to take his time, pick his spots. McLaughlin's the exact opposite. He is turn around and God help whoever is standing in front of him. And they go McLaughlin up the middle, and McLaughlin barges forward for a gain of about 4. McLaughlin's good at dragging the pile. Corbin is good at avoiding the pile. Now Corbin, good news is he's standing by himself in front of the bench, so walking around without any noticeable limp. Hopefully, again, it was just kind of a cramp or a stinger. And he's been running around a lot today, so hopefully just got some water in him and that he's good to rock. Second down and 7 coming up for Valley City. Grewald hands around to McLaughlin, and McLaughlin nowhere to go. That play was blown up instantaneously by the Bulldogs.
Number 23, Caleb McLaughlin on the carry.
So the clock continues to roll forward, down past 11 minutes to go. Valley City, again, you always want to get points in every drive possible, but again, situation like this, the clock's going to be your best friend. And just try to, again, make sure that you don't make any mistakes that's going to give Sargent County a chance to come back in this one. Breaking the huddle here at about 10 seconds to go. Pistol formation with 2 wide receivers out to the right and 1 to the left. Turn around to McLaughlin. McLaughlin running, trying to bounce it outside. Got a little wiggle room here to the 50 and knocked out of bounds right at the 50. So about a 5-yard gain on the play. That'll stop the clock at about 10:29. And again, another one of those learning opportunities. You got a lot of kids right here trying to be playmakers, trying to, make that extra play. But situation like that, you're not going to have enough in the tank to get the first down. Just kind of fall down inbounds and let the clock run. Instead of going out of bounds there. Going out of bounds stops the clock and maybe takes another 30 or so seconds. Keeps another 30 or so seconds on it. Nice looking punt here by Corbin. This will be picked up just in front of the 20. Valley City's got it pinned in well, so it'll be stopped before it can get to the 25. So good looking punt by Corbin, able to get the ball down the field well, and this will give Sargent County the ball, trailing by 2 scores on their own 23-yard line. Valley City started off the scoring in this game with a blocked punt. And then were able to take their next 2 scores and just punch them in 4-6. Then a little bit of a lull in the action right before the half. Valley City throws a pick 6 on their own goal line. Open up the second half with a score to make it a 14-point lead. That's kind of where the action has stayed so far. Play clock down to 10 seconds, now down to 9. Fake the end-around handoff, pass across the middle here, and that'll be caught for about a 3-yard gain. About a 3 to 4-yard gain, excuse me. Second down and 6 coming up. For Valley City's defense, the main goal here is to just keep them out of the end zone. Keep them out of the end zone. If they can chew up some clock as well, do that. Ultimately, what you're trying to do is prevent the explosive plays. If they do score on you, make it to where they really got to earn it. 9:49 to go here. Fury back in shotgun, throwing it under pressure, throws it deep, has a man, and that's going to be caught. Sikora playing safety is going to knock him out of bounds, but that is the type of play that you did not want to allow, is the big explosive pass play. Sikora able to prevent it from being a bigger play, but that's going to be all the way down in Valley City territory, down inside the Highliner. Down at the Highliner, I'll call it about the 47. So clock stops here at 9:38 as the Bulldogs try to inch their way closer and closer. Almost a jump there by Valley City, sending some pressure. Fury rolling out. Little lob pass, and it's intercepted! Jump ball one-on-one on the outside, and the Highliners got their hands to it. So Valley City with a big interception, their second takeaway of the day.
Myers pass is intercepted by number 2, Case Coughlin. That'll be a first down for your Valley City.
Case Coughlin able to get the interception, so he makes a big play in the big moment. And Valley City able to cut off the Bulldog drive at the knees. So third down, or I should say a first down for Valley City at their own 34-yard line. Corbin Powell off on the sideline, so once again it'll be McLaughlin doing the duties. So McLaughlin running, spins through one tackle, still dragging the pile and surges all the way forward to right at the stick. Interesting to see where they spot him. For Valley City, you don't necessarily want the first down. Right now, you'll take a second down and 1, and you might be asking yourself, well, why wouldn't you want a first down on the run? Because the clock stops. So if you get a second down, so the clock stops to spot the ball. And, again, this is all very hyper analytical, hyper, hindsight, whatever you want to call it. But a 2nd down and 1 is better than a 1st down and 10 run because you are most likely just going to get the 1st down on the next play with an extra 30 seconds running off the clock instead of the 10 seconds that gets to stay on due to the ball being spotted. Valley City trying to go up the middle, and McLaughlin's got room, and he's in space. He's at the 40, 35, and stays in bounds. So he'll be down just shy of the 30-yard line. Big run there by McLaughlin. And now the clock stops here at about 8:32. Thing is, he stays in bounds. So because he stays in bounds, do we got a penalty flag? Yes, we do. That is way down the field.
Holding. That's for 7. Penalty for the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
So they called a flag from the spot of the foul, and that's all the way down to like the 50 or the Bulldog 49. So doing the math, I mean, it doesn't really – it's a redo, folks. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's a redo. Which for Valley City, again, you like the big yards, but you don't need extra points to win this game. You just kind of need to take care of the ball. So that situation, okay, line up. We're going to get this yard again, and we're just going to keep taking clock down. That's got to be the mindset for Valley City. So big run wiped out for McLaughlin. McLaughlin bounces off one tackler, now will drag the pile, and he'll stay in bounds and get down to about his own 46. So this is just one of those things where it's like, again, you like points, you want to get points. That clock's the most important thing right now. Clock and defense. Clock, defense, ball possession. You keep a stranglehold on all of those 3 things, you're going to win this game. So for Valley City, this is going to be kind of slowly and just moving the ball down the field. Corbin appears to be fine, but again, kind of saw this a little bit against Langdon, where you don't want to exacerbate a situation. So, you got a good running back behind him in McLaughlin, so just kind of let the big fella run out the rest of this. And McLaughlin surges forward, and he'll have himself another 1st down. And he's just dragging bodies down the field. McLaughlin will get his 1st down again. So McLaughlin continues to just kind of put the head down. And, again, him and Corbin have 2 completely different running styles, and both suit them well. Corbin, of course, the kind of smaller back for Valley City. Some would call it a scat back, where you kind of pick and choose your spots. Corbin 5'8", 175. McLaughlin about 3 inches taller and about 30 pounds heavier. So just one of those where you just kind of let the big dog eat. And that's a high snap, but, Valley City's going to catch a break. And this might be the only time I say this about a false start. So I believe we're going to have ourselves a false start here. Or no, they're going to call encroachment. Okay, so it's encroachment on the offense. Penalties you don't see very often. So that'll be encroachment on the offense with somebody lined up in the neutral zone. Again, for Valley City, want to eliminate the mistakes, but, that mistake might have saved you a turnover as the snap went high over the head of the quarterback. But because of the penalty, it wiped it out, and the clock continues to run. So Krewald back there in the pistol. Now 1st down and 15. Hand off to the middle of McLaughlin. McLaughlin shakes one man now in space. He's at the 30, the 25, cuts back in bounds, and that's an excellent play by an excellent senior. Stays in bounds and makes sure the clock continues to run. He had a chance to angle out of bounds and protect himself from the hip, but McLaughlin just stayed in bounds, cut it back in, and keeps the clock rolling here. So Valley City doing exactly what they need to do to close this one out. Get this to a 3-score lead and get out of here with your first win of the season. Down to about 6:10 to go on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. 3 wide receivers out here, or 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Can't imagine, though, this ball is just going to stay on the ground. And up to McLaughlin again. McLaughlin up the middle, and he'll be tackled inside the 15. So tackled inside the 15, needing to get 2 just in front of the 10-yard line for a 1st down. 8-yard gain by McLaughlin.
Gain of about 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the highlights.
So McLaughlin doing a good job toting the rock here late in the game. Another option for Valley City if they want to give McLaughlin a break would be, I believe, Christian Maudlin. Maudlin got some carries late for Valley City against Langdon. 10 seconds on the play clock. Valley City just scrubbing time. Hand off to McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets through. Will have enough for a first down. Tackled at the 5. So good looking run there, and Valley City just slowly but surely bleeding this clock dry. So the clock gets wound again, down to about 5 minutes to go. This is exactly the type of drive Valley City has needed, and as explosive plays might not yet be Valley City's fortes, drives like this is what can help you win games against teams that might have more explosivity in them, where if you can just keep the ball away from them and make them have to tackle you 80 yards down the field for 10, 12 plays, those are the type of drives that can really wear teams out. McLaughlin will get it down to the goal line, can't quite punch it in. Clock will continue to run. But again, it is not fun tackling somebody consistently for 80 yards. And that's why you run in teams like, the service academies in college football that run the triple option. Those teams are such a pain to deal with because you are having to tackle them each and every single time down the field. And those long drives are just demoralizing, and that's what Valley City has kind of done in a bubble so far. McLaughlin, nowhere to go on that one. Good breakthrough there by the Sargent County defense. Valley City, if they get pushed back a little farther, you might consider the field goal, just in a sense. This is kind of one of those where if you don't punch this in on this play, you might let the clock run all the way down, the play clock run all the way down to 0, call your timeout, and think from there. Because you're essentially at PAT range, but you haven't made a PAT all day. So just depending on what Valley City wants to do here if they don't get this. McLaughlin to the outside, jumps into the end zone. Touchdown, Highliners.
Number 23, McLaughlin with the carry, and that's a Highliner.
So McLaughlin punches it in for 6. So McLaughlin able to put the Highliners up by 20. Interesting to see what they do here. Now, they want to be able to get the PATs down. You don't want to have to go for 2 every time, but situation like this, you might just try to go for 2, figuring your odds are about the same of getting 2 as they are of just getting the PAT. So they are going to line up and go for 2 here. Turn around, hand out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin with an angle, gets through into the end zone, and did they give it to him? Yes, they did. Far umpire gives it to him. So that's a 22-point lead for Valley City. So about 3:21 to go here in the ball game. Valley City in front by 22 back here after this 30-second pause on KOVC.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
So Valley City looks well on their way to picking up their first win of the season. 3:21 to go in the ball game, and looks like Corbin Powell is going to remain on the sidelines for Valley City. Kicking duties have now been given to number 78, Armari Ronsberg. So Ronsberg, 6'2", 211 freshman. Got a lot of weight behind the kick, so interesting to see what happens here. We're going to get a super toe. We're going to get big old soccer sweeper. So Ronsberg going to jog up and kicks this one straight down over towards the 20. He picked up here by the Bulldogs as they angle this outside. Valley City's kick coverage has it contained in pretty well. So now we have ourselves a Bit of a scramble breaking out on the outside between a couple of players, but ultimately, any more hostilities have been avoided. Andrew Sikora comes in to make the tackle. Valley City going to take a timeout, so Chad Smith going to try to collect the younger players. I think some substitutions are about to come in. Valley City up by 22, back after this 1-minute timeout.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
So some new players in for Valley City. I'll call them out as I see them. Saw Brody Wendell coming to the game along with Tegan Klevgard. Valley City getting some young bodies in there as the old men on the senior class get to sit on the sideline. Sometimes seniority has its perks. 30-8 lead for Valley City. Looks like Dietz got in on the tackle. I believe I see Aiden Stanton Ring into the game as well. Then I'll see Ronsberg back out there on one of the defensive ends. Play clock now down to 7 seconds. Sending a man in shotgun here, going from left to right. Going to try a keeper on the outside with a running back. Valley City can't bring him down, and this is going to be a nice little carry on the outside. Finally gets knocked out of bounds. Stop the clock here at 2:09.
Number 34, Dawson Nagowski.
Dawson Nagowski able to get outside and carry the rock for a decent gain.
Number 22, Chase Conlon.
Nagowski, 5'11", 180. Just able to fend off several ankle tackles and get himself right to about midfield. So ball on the Sargent County side of midfield. Clock stopping here at 2:09. Nagowski hands it up off the middle, and this is going to be a nice little gain here for Sargent County. They get by one tackler, get by a second tackler. So nice looking carry there. Eli Olson with the tote. Chase Coughlin in on the tackle.
Result of the play will be another Bulldog first down.
So the Bulldogs starters, or I should say reserves, getting some push against the Valley City reserves. 30-8 lead for Valley City as we took down to about a 1:50 to go here in the ball game. Valley City going to pick up their first win of the season. Bulldogs going to fall down to 0-3. Overall, not a clean game from Valley City, but certainly you got the monkey off your back, not only with the touchdown, but with the win as well. And you try to make some hay going into what you know is going to be a very physical game against Lisbon. Nagowski trying to escape outside, and he'll be tackled for a loss on the play.
Number 34, Dawson Nagowski on the keeper.
Making the tackle there for Valley City. That's going to be Tegan Klevgard. Klevgard, 5'10", 136-pound freshman, listed as a wide receiver and defensive back. Makes a nice tackle there in space. And trying to read off as many names as I can get on the field. Alexander Russell into the game for Valley City. Might also be Colin Lobill in the game. I think I might see him. So, a bunch of new fresh-faced characters in for Valley City. There was a lot of movement, and this is just where all the offensive and the defensive linemen point at each other. Everybody was doing going like, no, it was him. Essentially, it turns into an Abbott and Costello skit of who's offsides. Looks like we are going to call the false start.
Number 66, 5-yard penalty, second down.
So the false start going to be called on number 66 for Sargent County. That's going to be Carter Ellenberger. So looking at our clock, we're down to 35 seconds to go. So this might be the last play of the game, depending on how quick Sargent County wants to work or whether it's an incomplete pass, touchdown, or any other event that could stop the clock. And they're going to turn around and go with the handoff. Valley City's got it read well. They've got about 7 bodies back there to tackle Olsen. And that should bring an end to things as the clock now going to tick down to 10 seconds. Valley City's going to pick up the 30-8 win and pick up their first win of the season. Valley City showed up, did what they needed to do to win the game. Dominant game on the ground by Corbin Powell. McLaughlin also with a touchdown tote as well. A lot of stuff to build on. They got a game against Lisbon coming up. We'll talk about that game on our post-game show here on the Voice of the Valley, KOBC.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right.
This week at Lever's Foods, all of your September favorites are on sale. Our family potato chips, 2 for $3.88. Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.88. Farm Rich appetizers, assorted varieties, $5.99 each. Jumbo cantaloupe, just $2.99 each. And Land of Frost deli shaved slice meats, only $1.79 a package. Deliveries available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
Welcome back, everyone, to Hannah Field for our postgame show here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC. 30-8 win for Valley City today over the Sargent County Bulldogs, and it was a game where, not a clean game, not a perfect game, but a game where you did what you needed to do to win. Valley City just, they did a good job of not allowing the Sargent County Bulldog offense really to get going. Defense pitches a shutout. The offense, the one that gave up the pick six. Special teams blunder here, fumble there, all that, there are things to go over on tape. But for overall picking up first win of the season, 30-8 win for Valley City over Sargent County. And, one of those things where it in parts looked like how it was supposed to. You were the better team. You were the bigger team. You went in and you ran the ball effectively with Corbin Powell. You didn't ask your sophomore quarterback making his first start to do too much, and you did what you just did what you were supposed to. It was very obvious early on Corbin was going to be the bell cow in this one. Kind of got nicked up there late, but McLaughlin did what he did for a lot of that last season for Valley City, which was just give you some physical running. And you know that Corbin's going to kind of be the bell cow. You want to keep McLaughlin healthy enough to play linebacker, but you go with kind of that kind of 1-2 punch maybe later on in the game when guys have been trying to tackle Corbin all day. Their legs are a little bit heavy, chasing around, and then you get thrown McLaughlin, who's just going to run straight downhill right at you. And, he had that one big run taken away because of a holding penalty, but it was just, excellent blocking up front, created the holes, and ultimately able to create enough space for him to ramble in for his first score of the year. And this is what you wanted to see from Valley City, is effectively moving the ball. This isn't going to be a team that hits big pass plays like maybe they would have been able to last year. Not a lot of experience at quarterback, especially with Jackson Thornton going down. So there's going to have to be a team that wins a lot of games with just physicality, with just being able to win at the line of scrimmage, and that's what they did today. Winning at the line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively. Saw Jack Dieterle get in on a couple of sacks. Saw the offensive line create a lot of holes up front. A couple of times they burst through, but again, you can't expect perfection in a sport like this. So ultimately, you did what you were supposed to. You controlled the line of scrimmage. You were able to dominate line of scrimmage, create the big holes up front for both Corbin and McLaughlin to just pretty much carry you to this win. Make enough mistakes to work on in practice, and it's kind of what I like to call a coach's dream. It's a game that really in the second half was relatively low stress, maybe a little hair pulling out going there after the pick six, but after you got the lead back up to 2 scores, relatively low stress. There's enough things to talk about on tape to where you're going to be able to keep your team's attention during film study. So ultimately, you did what you were supposed to do. So, again, that's kind of the best way you can say you did what you were supposed to do. No one tried to be a hero. You didn't have to rely on guys to do things that, outside of their parameters, and you just hold on and you win a game. And, do you look at the passing stats and there's not a lot of them? Yeah. But at the same time, you're trying to work a new quarterback for the third straight game into the offense. Didn't see any Andrew Sikora in this one. Again, talking to Chad Smith yesterday, saying that maybe might have would see a little bit of Andrew Sikora late in the game if they wanted to run some quarterback run stuff. But ultimately, Krewald got to be the man for the entire game, and good learning experience. What you want to see from Krewald going on down the year is more timing when it comes to these quick passes and more kind of syncing between him and his receivers, because a lot of the throws you're going to ask Krewald to make are these kind of short, quick pass plays. They're not going to be these long looping throws deep down the field. You're just going to ask him to hit pretty much a 6-yard in route, a 6-yard out route, a quick curl. Just guy gets open, throw the ball, hit him right in the chest, and that's just going to be what you work on. It's just going to be kind of you use the passing game almost as a jab, something to take advantage of a defense that is maybe overselling out for the run. You just kind of dink and dunk your way down the field, and that's what it's got to be for Valley City. You're not going to have a lot of explosive plays unless something just breaks through up the middle. So you just kind of, grind your way down the field. And when Valley City was able to do that, they were pretty hard to stop in this one. We'll be back here with the rest of our post-game show. Hopefully be able to hear from head coach Chad Smith after this break on KOVC.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Jerry Edwards now here with head coach Chad Smith of the Valley City Highliners. Coach, it wasn't a perfect game, but it was the type of game you needed to play to win.
Totally. We talked about it actually at halftime. Even in pregame, we talked about, eliminating the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? We talked about that all week of what we were going to be like. We have to figure out how do we eliminate the bad and the ugly play. And we kind of were still ugly in that first half. 6 penalties, not what we wanted to be. And I challenged our guys at halftime to make sure that we had a cleaner second half than what we did in the first half, because I thought if we just did those things this week that we would control this ball game. I thought we were bigger up front. I thought we had a little bit more speed at the skill position-wise. So I just thought if we just handle our business and just do our jobs, we'll be able to control this ball game, which is what we did in the second half, and that's what I was proud to see from our guys.
And really it was a ground-centric attack. You got Corbin Powell going early, and it looked like Corbin was doing a really good job of picking his spots of where to go. A lot of patient running.
Yeah, him and Caleb are such different running backs, right? Like Corbin is just such a wait, I got to see the hole, and then I'm going to explode through it because he's got the quickness and speed to do it. And then Caleb is just – he's like a Jerome Bennis type of back. He's just going to be straight downhill and put his shoulder pads behind his behind himself and just run straight downhill. And I think we got to continue to utilize both of them in good situations. I think Caleb is probably a better power downhill runner, and then Powell's our G down and pull ours and get him out in space and let him run in field. But I'm really proud of both those guys and how they continue to handle the game. And they had to work through a couple little injuries, right? Corbin got cramps again, and then Caleb, banged up his knee in that first half. But they both battled through it, and that's the depth of us right now. I'm like they don't get a choice to not play, so that's what I told them right away. But happy the way that ground game worked, and I'm happy with our O-line with the way they played. Right, it's been a challenge with them the last 2 weeks. If we're bigger and we're stronger than guys, we've got to continue to show that force as we continue to finish ball games.
The one thing we saw really was the defensive line also get going. A lot of guys, of course, playing cross position, but really the defense, they pitched a shutout. The only score on the game was because of a pick six. Yep. So your defense did a great job. Really, I would just say keeping Sargent in front of them. They didn't let him get behind him. There was one deep pass play that they hit, but everything else was pretty much 5-yard in or out or a run.
Yeah,
so.
And that's what we talked about all week. I thought that we could just really truly play cover one and just man guys up and then just let the defensive line eat up front, and that's kind of what our game plan was. The couple times it happened, again, it was cover two stuff. We got to continue to work on our cover two. Got to get our corners to sink underneath stuff and get our safeties to play over top stuff. Those whole shots shouldn't happen as easily as they do. So that's on me and a coach to figure it out. But I'm really proud of a young kid, Chase Coughlin, on what he did for us tonight too. He had to go back in there and play for Ty a little bit when he was out, and in that cover one situation, he gets an interception. He almost got himself out of position, and that's why they threw the ball. But he realized what was going on and sunk back and made a heck of a catch. And excited for that kid as a sophomore. And just we got a lot of young kids that had to continue to learn how to play football. Right, we're either really old or we're really really young, and so it's just how do we figure out how to do those maturity factors and do our jobs.
This, again, going back to this, wasn't a clean game. There were mistakes, but your team did a very good job of not letting them, fester in a way. Of course, you had, the fumbled snap that eats your first points away. Defense gets a 3-and-out, and you get another block punt, big bull rush up the middle.
Yeah.
You maybe have some, turnover on downs or things that didn't go your way, but it never festered. It never turned into anything more than what it was.
100%. Like, I was proud of the guys, the way they reacted off of the pick six. That's probably more on us on a coaching staff, putting Hudson in a bad spot to throw a glance route, kind of in the back of his end zone. We probably shouldn't have done that as a coaching staff, and we talked about that really quick, and we tried to mature him and calm him down and just say, hey, this is a ball game that we're just going to be able to control. And then, the block punt actually probably shouldn't even happen. We were in a mug situation look, so it was a good job of getting pressure up front that we needed to. And I always told these guys, you never know when that pump block's going to happen because you never know who's coming free or who doesn't. So you got to always be prepared for it. And in that case, was it Trey or was it Jack? I can't remember who.
I believe it. I actually think it might have been a 55, which would have been Owen.
Would have been Owen. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because Ryer ended up going 2 off of it, but I watched it back on the huddle sideline, and Owen wasn't the one that blocked it. So, yeah, it was a good job by everyone to handle things up front. And, I'm just excited. Now we got to, enjoy this for 24 hours and then get refocused on Lisbon and go down there and try to figure out how to win a ball game and continue to keep ourselves in the Region 1 play.
All right, last question before I let you go. How does it feel to finally get your first win as a coach?
Man, it's exciting. I'm excited to go see I had actually all of my grandkids out here this morning or not before pregame, and it was pretty cool and special to get hugs and see them, and I'm sure they're probably listening on the radio about Papa being excited. So I'm excited to go get some hugs and see the wife, and yeah, it's cool. We're going to continue to build our culture and continue to get better together, and hopefully this isn't the first and only one, and that's where we continue to go. But it's awesome to get the first one under your belt for sure.
Coach, congratulations on your first win. We will be back here next week, taking on a good Lisbon team. Lisbon always a physical team to play against. Thank you all for tuning in today. This is Jerry Edwards on KOVC and KOVC Live signing off.